Slump.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna give you guys a recap.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Before you do it, hold on. Wait, I gotta get a monster. I'll be right back. Ah, get it? Because monsters aren't real, except for the drinks. Sponsor this channel, you fucking pricks.
Whoa! All right, almost nailed it. Almost nailed it with the monster sponsorship, which I was low key shooting for, but I guess fuck that.
who owns Monster? Coca-Cola?
Hey, Coca-Cola.
Fill me up, soda daddy. Poison my body.
No, come on. We've already like violated TOS with way
one of
too
the
much
cool
sounds
things that I
and
would
music.
like to actually shout out to Monster real quick is a while ago I did this really long commute and I needed me some good energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be able to do that 3-hour commute. No joke. 3-hour
Damn,
one-way
that's
commute,
tough,
okay?
man.
So I needed that early morning energy. And you know what I used? Monster Energy. That's
Hell
right. Every day,
yes.
stop by the gas station, get my Monster Energy drink. It was fantastic. Until about a month later when I got kidney stones.
Okay.
Oh no!
I was just gonna say.
Twist.
Yeah,
It really
alright.
gives you that smooth energy, no jitters until the heart palpitations. But that's okay.
I prefer kidney stones. It turns my pee into snap, crackle, pop.
Okay, now.
Hitting inside of that toilet. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just shout out to Monster Energy for the kidney stones. I'd never tried morphine before, but that was fun.
All right. Well, fuck me.
Now I have an
Sorry.
addiction that's ruined my life.
Oh, good.
Thanks, Monster Energy.
Well, yeah, that's fantastic. We're all having fun now at the expense of my channel. That's good.
That's my preferred fun.
I'm eating a
Fucking Discord's having a heart attack. Probably had a monster. Ha ha!
Full
Around,
circle.
yeah.
Well
I
done.
approved of that joke.
Okay.
I saw Endgame today.
Okay. Well, I guess that's.
Tell us all about it, including
Everyone
all the
dies!
pieces.
Oh my god.
Everyone! Literally, movie starts, 30 seconds in, they all die from heart attacks after
drinking Monster Energy drinks. And that's the end of the movie.
So I guess we just want all the sponsors to find my channel toxic and all the viewers to find my channel toxic. And I guess I'll just play this game by myself to no one. That's
Toxic.
perfect.
Like.
Just be like the first 32 years.
Wow. What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm not touching that one.
Wow. All right. Well, sorry guys. I have like a stomach ache or something. I'm going to go to bed. Stream is canceled.
Go have a shower or something.
That's okay. No, that was a good one. You got me with that one. Okay, so last time on Monsters Ain't Real, okay. So I'm gonna start with a bit of a recap, and then I'm gonna go into the intro. And the intro tonight is a little intense, and the timing matters. So I'm gonna start a song, and I'm gonna start going. And I'm going to request that you don't interrupt me, but like for realsies, don't interrupt me. Not like, lol, definitely yell at me to kind of joke, interrupt me. Because if you throw me off, it's going to throw everything off. And then I'm going to throw my computer.
You got it.
So recap, I guess, is fair game to yell at me, but I guess I don't need to say that because you're going to do that anyways. But I will start with a new intro so that people have some clue what the fuck is going on. Welcome, folks, to our tabletop RPG stream called Monsters Ain't Real, where we use the Monster of the Week rule set to enjoy some good old-fashioned RPG fun set in a space cowboy universe. Isn't that awesome, Venalis?
I wasn't listening. Please say it again.
No, that's okay. No, that's okay. That's fine. We'll just move on. That, you know, the next joke will land. So we'll just, it's like spaghetti. You got to throw a lot of spaghetti at the wall.
Great. You said something about, cowboys, space, and I just zoned out instantly.
Great. That's fantastic. That's okay. But that's not par for the course with the game. Anyways, to anyone new, all the old episodes are up on the YouTubes. Although that doesn't mean that you can't oh my god, I'm screwed. Oh my god. To anyone new, all the old episodes
Monster Energy.
up on the it doesn't mean you can't hang out and have fun. So just like if this is your first session.
If this had new flavor, existential dread.
Don't interrupt
Oh, my like push to talk button is just like fucking dying. It's okay. Just it doesn't mean you just hang out and have fun, guys. Even if this is your first episode, we throw enough shit around that it doesn't really matter if you don't know what's going on. Sometimes I feel like the players don't really know what's going on.
Huh?
Exactly.
What?
You know, in this particular mission, you might be pretty accurate.
That's okay. So let's hit the recap. Recap for this episode. You guys headed to a town called Farwater to investigate the Phase 2 Weaver there. You played it safe and you tried to gather allies and information before heading to the mansion where you knew the Phase 2 Weaver was hiding. Or waiting, rather. Oh, this stupid... I might have to change my push to talk button, man.
I think you might. It's fucking up pretty hard. Change it
Right.
and then start again.
Yeah, we're going to change it.
So, quick question for you guys while our keeper changes his push to talk button. Is the These Are My Favorite Things or whatever song from Sound of Music a Christmas song? Or is it just a musical song?
Definitely a fucking Christmas song. Get the fuck out.
How the
How
fuck is it a
dare you?
Christmas song? Are you fucking baked?
Shut up.
You're
You're
just
that
gonna
fucking
pick-
guy that
you don't
eats
just get to-
boneless
you don't get to
chicken
just-
wings, and you're like, these are totally not chicken nuggets.
You don't get to just pick songs out of a musical and assign them to being fucking Christmas songs. Okay, you know what? Hakuna Matata is a fucking Christmas song.
Did you watch it with your family as a child around Christmas?
What, The Sound of Music? Fuck no. I watched it 16 times. What?
No.
What?
Lion King.
Okay, your
that's the
subjective
example you just
experience
said.
of the film does not define
Is
the
Die Hard a
category.
Christmas movie?
Is what a Christmas
Yeah.
movie?
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Obviously.
It has Christmas in the movie. Does The Sound of Music have Christmas in the movie?
I'm not talking about Sound of Music. I'm talking about that specific fucking song.
That's what I'm saying. In Die Hard takes
Oh
place
my God.
at Christmas.
This was
Does The
a
Sound of Music
terrible
have
idea.
Wait,
do
hold on a
with
second. Hold on a second.
Christmas
Wait, Milton. Wait, Milton.
What?
Pedal. Breaks. I
What?
totally think Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Just so we're on the
Okay.
same page.
It is.
I just want to get that. I want to make sure we're on the same page.
No, okay. Well, no, we're not on
is a
the
fucking
we're not on the
Christmas
same page because Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It is the Christmas movie.
movie. It is the only Christmas.
It is the only Christmas movie that's ever been made. All right, we're ready to hit the recap, guys.
Okay.
I mean,
There we
we
go.
want to let that go that Venalis just pivoted out of a previously bad
No,
take
yeah, we
into
sure
the like
do.
universally good take
We
to hope that we were all
definitely
cool with it.
Because it's 18 minutes in and we haven't even started the recap. All right.
Here we
So-
go.
2d6 plus 2.
Easter egg.
All right. So, recap. You guys headed to a town called Farwater to investigate the Phase 2 Weaver there. You played it safe, tried to gather allies and information before heading to the mansion where you knew the Phase 2 Weaver was waiting. You discovered that a monster had ravaged the town, and most of the people there had found their way to safety inside Garvin's mansion on the north end of town. You made your way to the law, which is the like local police department, or I guess in this universe, it's the local sheriff's department. And you didn't find any police or sheriffs there, but you did actually face off against the monster. And while you took some hits, you managed to destroy it. You let Slump eat a bunch of it to seal it, and then made your way to the mansion. You entered the mansion and found it packed with townsfolk. Assuming new identities for reasons unknown to the keeper, you began gathering information. You noticed some strange butlers who looked like tall, thin humans with strangely round, bald heads and impossibly smooth skin. These butlers seemed to have some sort of mind control effects, and you were forced to use the code word Numasu to prove that you didn't need to be mind controlled. You made your way upstairs, found a museum with one of Galdrick's ancient ethereal pistols on display, stole it, then found the local sheriff, Sheriff Barfsworth, with a fantastic accent that I nail 100% of the time. And then you asked him where all the police were, and we ended the session with him answering you, saying that he's all that's left. And now we're going to hit the narrative camera, and I'm going to hit the music, I'm gonna try not to fuck it up.
No interrupting. Yeah, even me, I'm gonna keep my fucking gob shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it properly. I'm gonna set the music level. We find ourselves in a darkened storage room. A scrawny man with a hat too big for his head is hunched over a makeshift radio. He holds the handpiece in his left hand, and the earpiece is held in his right hand, pressed tightly to his ear. A look of intense concentration is awash over his doe-eyed face. There is a faint whistle of shallow breaths passing between his gap tooth. We can't hear what he is listening to, but it seems important. Then suddenly, Kirby's eyes widen with horror. He drops the earpiece and looks around the storage room. He gets up and paces back and forth. Then he reaches to his holster, pulls out his pistol, and checks that he has all 6 shots. He slams the revolver cylinder back into place, cocks the hammer back, and opens the storage room door. He readies the revolver at shoulder height, walks quietly down the hallway. He stops, wipes the gathering sweat from his brow, and opens the door labeled Sheriff. As the door opens, we see the sheriff stand up from his desk and go for his gun. The camera pulls back, out into the street. We hear 2 blasts from laser revolvers unloading, and the windows flash red from the shots. Somewhere, people expecting a radio transmission from Quentin will go disappointed. A critical contact for a small group of individuals has died. A hat, too big for the stringy-haired head it sat on, falls to the ground, never to be worn again. The camera watches the silent law office in Quentin for a minute. There's no movement. The camera watches the silent law office in Quentin for a minute. There's no movement, no sound. Then the camera turns north and starts traveling at high speed down the streets. It makes its way past the Nash Club, past the Motherlode, and impossibly it zips past the Noodle Shack with the tireless noodle golems. One of the golems is currently pouring noodles into a bowl for a new hatless patron as we go by. The camera hits the open desert and accelerates further. The scenery becomes a blur until it reaches the town of Farwater, where it slows down. We find ourselves passing the Noodle Shack again. That same golem is placing the bowl of noodles in front of the patron. Somewhere in the distance, we hear the roar of the spider monster, bigger, angrier, and meaner than before. Then we bounce off the street, into the second floor window of Garvin's mansion, into the museum, where you guys now stand in front of Sheriff Barfsworth of Farwater. And that's the intro.
Yeah, I just got back. Can we start over?
Kirby, no!
Oh, that's a funny joke. That's a funny, yep. I like that joke.
Oh no, though.
Kirby!
So,
Why?
remember,
No.
that is player knowledge, not character knowledge. So if somebody tries to call Kirby for no reason or go there for no reason, that
You just
the
kill the whole party.
keeper ain't gonna let that happen.
I would like to use angel wings to go say hi to Kirby.
There you go.
Yes.
Nice.
Exactly.
You're-
Jake, call Kirby. Just don't tell the keeper. Just call him.
I was just on the phone with him.
Do you remember what the last thing he said was?
I hate you.
He
I'm
said,
pretty sure he
No.
said, I love you as he hung up the
exactly.
phone.
His last words were, "I love you."
Now he's dead.
This is fine. This is okay.
No, he's alive. He killed the sheriff. I know it. I know it in my heart.
Step 1, try not to cry. Step 2, cry a lot.
But I was just telling everyone that I just did upload a new emote to my Discord, which is Tech F, and it is Kirby's hat with a bullet hole in the front, and that is also being uploaded to my Twitch channel. So
You know what?
This is emotional abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all,
This is bullshit is what
Don't
this fucking is.
appreciate it. But also, his hat was way too big for him. I probably just shot his hat right off. It's totally fine. It's fine, right? It's gonna be fine.
So
I'm all cried out. I watched Endgame.
I've heard that there's a lot of crying in that one,
It's
but it
good.
probably
It's a good
depends.
mo- It's a good movie.
Yeah, it probably depends on.
Really?
It's literally all I hear is that it's a good movie. So,
I hear the opposite thing. It doesn't matter.
You're friends with horrible people.
That's probably what it is.
All right, so you guys are standing in front of Sheriff Barfsworth. I don't know why I named him that. That's a
Yeah, you did that to yourself.
I trip over that every fucking time. And my notes. You
Yeah, the last thing he said to me was that I asked where the law was. He said he's it.
Yep.
And to get into fiction, I will turn around and look at the rest of the party and just kind of mouth like, "What the fuck?"
I'm gonna hold up my pistol and be like, "Yeah!" And then I'm gonna open a package that I was right next to the pistol. Yeah, I love this package.
It's a package of salty, crispy tater tots that
Yeah.
someone just shamefully left sitting there in the museum.
I start eating it.
Very, very, very old
Sorry.
tater tots.
It was a very important package. I had to check it. Sorry.
I'm trying to remember my disguised voice.
It's pretty easy. I'm not gonna do my disguise voice anymore because that shit fucked me up for like 3 days last week when I did Admiral Bane's actual fucking voice.
So yeah. So wait, what do you mean? So wait, what do you mean? You're it? Like, did something bad happen? Fucking Spider-Man's all get you?
Yeah, well, you see, there's something real nasty walking around the town, and it killed a lot of my troopers. It killed my
Spider-Man's?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what it is. We never really. It looked like some sort of a science experiment gone wrong, maybe from Eldham or something like that. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it killed a bunch of my men, and the rest quit.
Dude's all melted up, getting limbs snipped off and shit.
Yeah, it's something real mighty awful.
Yeah, man, science experiment. You're on it. You got it. Nailed it. Fucking detective, sheriff. That's what they should call you. Good job. Good detective.
Thanks. I like to think I'm still standing for something, but sometimes I wonder because well, Garvin's trying to have the whole law disbanded here and bring in the TAC, I guess. But I feel like the TAC is too hard. I'd like to handle it myself if I could.
Yeah, man. Slippery slope. Starting to militarize the police. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Well, that's exactly it, right? I'm for the people. I'm of the people. You know, I look out for them. I care about them. The TAC doesn't care about the people like I do.
Yeah, man. From here, grew up here, everything.
Well, more or less, yeah.
Bet you know every single person in here, yeah?
Absolutely.
That's right. Tech can't bring that.
That's just it. I don't think that the attack is the right move. I think Garvin's mistaken, and I don't think that's the right move for the town. And as long as I'm here, I don't think he can bring the attack in as long as there's technically a law.
So I did. Oh God, I can't remember if I already asked him this previously. Like, did I ask him if he knew Tom and like what that protocol was?
You did not ask him.
Tom. Okay, so I guess that will. Well, I guess that keeps us on the same side then. As long as you're here, I got your back, Chief.
I appreciate that. Not really sure
Yeah.
what we can do. Would you like to become a deputy?
Like hot shit. Yep.
All right. I don't think I can just do that. I'm pretty sure you have to pass a test. I'll tell you what. I will make you the acting deputy of the law until I can get things kind of sorted out here.
Fucking solid. Can we like state of emergency deputize? Because I got a fucking crew here.
You know what? I'm kind of taking a risk deputizing a complete stranger already, and I'm immediately kind of regretting this decision.
Solid. That's all right. It's good.
All right. But I mean, if there's anything you can do to convince Garvin to not bring back the tack, or if you can convince the people to convince Garvin to not bring back the tack, I think that would do a lot. I think that would go a long way to kind of sorting things out. But I really do think we need to do something about that monster science experiment gone wrong, because nobody wants to be in the law when that thing seems to have a sweet tooth for police officers.
So when we were coming here, the sheriff from Quentin, we just know him as the sheriff. Like, I don't.
That's right.
He does. That's. And where was it? It was his direction to come here and drop Tom's name, and that would be like how we set up.
That was Kirby's suggestion.
Kirby. Okay.
Yeah.
Sheriff, do you know the sheriff from Quentin, or you know Kirby, the right hand man?
Oh yeah, I know both of them real good. Well, I know Kirby pretty good, but never really got on with the sheriff. He's part of the tax, so he's part of the problem in a lot of ways. But Kirby seems like a good person.
Yeah, sheriff's pretty tight strung. Fucking knows any higher, he'd drown in a fucking rainstorm. But
Oh my god.
I've never heard that one.
I love that.
He's already dead.
Yeah, they kind of sit us out here on the hush hush to get in contact with you. And are you familiar with a man named Thomas? Fuck, what's his last name? Whitaker? What's his last name?
That's his last. Yeah, you fucking nailed it.
Yeah, Jorp.
Yeah, Jorp.
You know Jorp, Whitaker.
Thomas Whitaker doesn't ring a bell.
It's like a community liaison of sorts. But anyway, you knew the sheriff, and you knew Curb.
Yeah,
they kind of sent us out here. So I don't know. You sort of deputized me before I could get to using their clout. So yeah, just take feel goods did the right thing, right?
All right. All right. I mean,
So,
I was just I'll deputize anyone that's not for the tack, because there's not many of those people left. But if you know Kirby, he's a good person. And I guess this Tom sounds like a pretty good chap too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. A lot like you. Not big on the tack. They're sort of this faceless outside force. He's he's one of the people, sticks up for his own sort of hometown bred and all that.
All right. Yeah. I mean, if there's anything I can do, which is not much, because basically all I have is my clothes and my badge. But if you need something at some point, if we can get the law back operational, you will have our full support.
You know what? I think we can do that. So, quick recap, out of character. He wants us to get rid of Spider-Man and somehow like win the favor of the public for like the law over the tack as the like peacekeepers in the situation.
Yeah, he's basically saying if you can convince Garvin to not bring the tack, or convince the people that they won't accept Garvin bringing the tack, or that, like, one of those two things basically needs to happen. But there will be no law as long as the monster is around.
Okay, and it may have just been the way you worded it or I received it, but it kind of sounded like as long as this dude's alive, he's sort of like a loop. It's like a loophole where they can't take over while he's still there.
Exactly.
So we need to
Garvin,
keep him
not
alive.
the spider monster.
Oh, the sheriff. I meant as long as the sheriff is kicking.
Oh,
he's sort of like the TAC can't sign off and be like, boom, state of emergency, fuck off.
Oh my god, yeah, this guy's pretty much MVP. This protect the fucking president now.
Yeah,
seriously.
basically.
Holy shit.
Okay, so back in. Well, yeah, man, if all you got's your, shirt on your back, where are you staying here? How are you keeping yourself safe?
Well, I mean, nobody's really getting violent. The monster thing, it's not a monsters aren't real, they don't exist. But if this
Nah, man.
awful
We
science
tussle with that shit. It's just some fucked up science experiment,
right?
Probably some industrial business from plants. Fucking weird, dude.
Exactly, some sort of science thing gone wrong, and it doesn't seem to like to come in here very much. I think I don't know, I can't really explain it. Maybe the house is too big. It is the biggest house here, but
yeah, man, big house, lots of lights.
Yeah, it's not coming in here, so it's not killing me.
So quick question though, like, so you've been kind of on this since it showed up. As far as the victims go, was it mostly fuzz, or was it sort of like, law, or was it kind of like there's just everybody getting eaten?
Well, you see,
or
this
was it
is
sort of like,
it's an interesting bit that it attacked a lot of people, and not just the law, but a lot of people don't die. It just it hurts them, it mangles them, bites off an arm or a leg, or just spins them in its disgusting cocoon thing. But if they were a member of the law, they were killed. Absolutely, they were munched on, destroyed, melted, squished, torn apart, ripped to pieces, stepped on, run over, thrown off houses, just, killed in all sorts of various awful ways, disemboweled, had the heads pulled off, twisted all around, sometimes
Slump
they would
licks
just
his lips.
poked a hole in and let the bleed all over the place, that kind of thing. So the law seemed to get the worst end of the treatment, but everybody was attacked.
all right. So I think in this like universe, Jake would not have like a fucking pencil.
Yeah.
Shit. Hey, Sheriff, you got like a fucking notepad or something? All the hackjacks are all down,
Yeah, that's a real problem. No notepad. Always use the hack jack, so not really much I can
for
do
real.
there. I've got a pretty good memory. Would you like me to remember something?
Nah, you know what? I'm just gonna grab these two squares and roll them in this make-believe space and see if something happens. I'm gonna roll for preparedness and see
Oh,
if I just
shit.
have like a grease pencil, like
Yes.
fucking anything that I
Yes,
can
no,
make,
I love
like
it.
a
I love
crayon.
it. Yep.
I think it was preparedness. I forget what it was.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because the other one's the armory.
Plus sharp, yeah.
Hey.
That's
So what's that? You have some, but it's not right here.
Yeah, it'll take a second to get it.
Yeah. You. I guess you remember. When you were kind of going through your backpack at the front of the house to get your supplies to summon your little spider drone, you took out your grease pencil and you took down a couple notes about what the spider told you. And when you when you went inside, you kind of dropped it. Like you remember not having it as soon as you came inside, and you recollect that you probably dropped it at the entrance, in the entranceway of the house.
Okay, so eventually I'm going to go back and get that. But essentially what I want to try to do just for the group is I want to write up like crappy little contracts. And as long as this dude's alive, his signature has power that'll sort of act as like paper badges for the four of us to say like, yo, I'm a deputy. Then maybe that'll get us into some other places. But
I like that idea.
Smart.
so yeah, so yeah, Sheriff, I gotta run. I'll be right back. Could I introduce you to the rest of the Quentin crew?
Sure, I'd be happy to meet any friend of yours. You seem like a straight shooting fellow, a real bangers and mash type of guy.
Yeah, man, I love mashing them bangers. And I'll just kind of like turn them around and sort of wave my hand at everybody else, and just be like, all right, and then I'm gonna run back to get my notebook.
Well, would you look at that big Ben of a man? And he points at Slump.
I elbow Slump.
Hello, me lord. My name is Slorp.
And then he turns to Galdrick and like raises his hands a little bit, like I don't know what I'm doing.
So nice to meet you, my lord. May I entreat you to
I'm like nodding my head along with him, like, you got it. You got it.
moist towelette, sir, for you?
Perfect.
I'm definitely no lord. I'm just a
No
sheriff.
worries, sir. Coming right up.
And Slump rips the fucking pocket off of someone's pants standing nearby and goes, spits in it, then puts it in the guy's hand.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'll,
No need to thank me, my lord. Slorp just live to serve. Slorp is butler.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm just continuously nodding up and down with my creepy smile, like, I'm so proud of you. That's Slorp. I look at Slorp and I'm like, fuck, what's mine?
Oh, this is.
Introduce me.
Yes.
Introduce me.
But pardon my rudeness, my lord. Allow me to introduce my lord, my lord. I humbly introduce to you, Lord.
Lord? Is
No, not
Oh.
Lord.
Okay.
I'm happy to introduce Lord Jazzfingers the Third to you, my lord.
I instantly do jazz fingers. Yeah.
It's a
That's-
family tradition.
Family thing. We're the only ones that can do it. You can't
Yes.
do it. You think you can do it, but you can't. Can't do it
Yes.
I
like
really feel like I could do it though.
Jazzfingers.
Try it. Go ahead.
Oh.
You're doing it wrong.
I know, but it looks the same as when you were doing
It's
it.
not.
No,
It's not.
all wrong. In fact, in many countries, that would get you killed by a true member of the Jazzfingers family.
Oh my goodness! I did not. I apologize.
I'll show you the difference. I'll show you the
Yes.
difference. I'm doing the jazz fingers with my right
Yeah.
hand, and I
Beautifully
slowly lower
done.
it to the ground. Keep going. I keep going, and I phase my hand through the floor.
Slump feels like the appropriate reaction here is to pretend as though he's crying, like he's so struck by the majesty of the performance, but he doesn't have the emotional capacity to do it. So he is simply looking on with a smile because he loves Teeny Tot and just going,
Oh my God.
Just
Yeah.
staring at him.
And then I jazz fingers up out of the floor, and I finish with a flurry.
Beautifully done, my lord Jazzfingers.
Thank you.
That was really quite something. I'm not really sure how you managed that trick. And it was really disconcerting with the loud shouting noise.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'd like to immediately look around to inevitably a few bald butlers just looking at us, and I'm
Absolutely.
like, fine, don't worry, stop looking at me.
Do not look upon Lord Susan Jazzfingers unless he requests it.
How dare you tell everyone my first name like that?
Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. I will beat myself.
And I want to like grab a piece of furniture and smack it into his head.
Oh my God.
My own head.
All right, yeah, roll to kick some ass. Let's see
All
how
right, you
this
got
works out. Roll plus tough.
That's less tough. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. That'll do it.
Of course, that one you passed.
So I imagine you don't actually grab furniture. You kind of walk over to that pile of crystals in the middle of the room.
Okay.
Oh no.
And you just grab, like, they're very large. Most people wouldn't be able to pick a crystal like this up. They're so big. But in your giant fucking lunchbox sized hands, you can just palm one no problem. And to flagellate yourself, you just crash it into the side of your face, and it explodes in sharp, like razor sharp pieces of crystal glass, and it shreds the whole side of your face. And you would take, I mean, you normally do 5 harm with an attack.
Yep.
But I'm not going to do 5 harm to yourself. I'll say this is like 2 harm,
Okay.
which is -1 because of your fucking who knows what. Whatever the one is that makes you take 1 less fucking damage.
Yep.
So you take 1 harm as this thing just lacerates your whole face and you begin bleeding profusely.
What is the officer doing here throughout all of this?
Like, as this is happening, like Sheriff Barfsworth is like, his jaw is wide open as he's watching this exchange happen, and then like as you go to reach for the crystal, he kind of like reaches, like, oh no, don't, and then you grab it and smash it into your face. It's like, oh goodness, oh god, your face, oh Mr. Slump, your face is, oh god, you're bleeding all over the place, sir.
I'm golf clapping.
Not to worry, sir. It's the punishment for Slump when he reneges on his responsibilities as the butler for Lord Jazzfingers.
Right, do not disrespect.
It seems like it seems like an extreme form of punishment, but I suppose I shan't judge on other cultures. Do they do that in Quentin?
No, these are just friends of the. Don't you worry, they're with me. These are friends of the family, friends of the family.
Yes.
All right, and I don't think I caught your name, miss.
I elbow Slump and I'm like, introduce the lady.
Oh, God, yes! And this is... Pop,
Sorry, I didn't.
Pop,
Pop, pop,
Pop! No, you're pronouncing it all wrong, Pop!
pop, pop,
Pop!
pop,
This is
pop,
Pop!
pop, pop, pop.
Pop! No, you're pronouncing it wrong! You're offending the lady! Pop!
I'm so sorry. I'm just not quite getting it. Pop,
Pop!
pop,
Try again! Pop!
pop,
Pop!
pop,
One more time! One more pop!
pop.
Good enough.
So, Pop, it's nice to meet you. Pop, it's nice to meet you.
Pop! No,
Pop.
you're putting emphasis on the wrong syllable! Pop!
Pop! Sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Pop. It's nice to meet
Yes.
you. I'm very sorry for getting your name so wrong. I've been in far water my whole life. This is very, very different. This is very difficult for me. I'm very sorry. It's wonderful to meet you.
Oh, please don't worry. Don't trouble yourself.
I'm so happy.
Why did you have the highest guy to fucking... Oh, you dead set.
As I'm like pushing through downstairs, I feel like through the floorboards, I can hear just little bits of this, just muffled. There's a shatter and crashing and screaming, and I just hear like,
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the exact. The house is generally quiet. Like you hear general shuffling and moving and average conversation. And then you hear like clump, clump, smash.
Oh my god. My social anxiety is rock hard.
I'll grab my shit and then sort of like smush my way back through the crowd back upstairs.
Yeah, without issue. Actually, you know what you notice? You notice all of the butlers looking up a little bit at the upstairs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. No, you immediately know exactly what they're looking at.
So you say you've grown up here. Have you known, you're staying in his house? Have you known Garvin for long then?
No, not for that long. Mr. Garvin's actually relatively new. He's only been here for, what has he been here for? Like, 6 months maybe. It's not been very long.
Short.
Yeah, he came in and he was saying he was going to shake up the system. You know, we don't elect our mayors. They're just assigned for these developmental type of cities. So it was unheard of that he was going to run against him in an election that we wouldn't have. But you see, he claimed he would do a couple of good things that people wanted. So they held an election and he won it pretty handily.
Wow.
The old mayor was it's right here in my notes here, right here in my memory, as I remember perfectly. It was Mayor Johnson. Mayor Jonah was his first name. Jonah
Johnson.
Jonah J. Johnson.
Get me pictures of Spider-Man.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Jonah James Johnson, I believe, was his full name.
Oh my god.
A member of the JJJ.
I'm not sure. I wasn't sure there was a member of the. I'm not sure. I don't really get that reference.
Jazz. I'm not sure.
Mortal enemies of the Jazzfinger family.
I just squint. And I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, Jonah's always been a friend of the law. I'm sure the crimes of his family can't be held against him. He's a good man, if a little bit boring. He just kind of goes by the book of development, and he doesn't really. Well, I mean, Garvin gave the workers what they wanted, and Jonah just couldn't do that.
He must have been pretty embarrassed after the election. Is he here, or is he hiding out somewhere else? Can he stand to be in his competitor's house?
Oh yeah, Jonah's usually he's talking with Garvin all the time. I think they're trying to reach some sort of agreement.
Really?
Yeah, I think Jonah's actually starting to side with Garvin. I think he thinks the TAC is probably the best bet.
Oh.
But not while I'm around.
Yeah, so I guess at this point I'll sort of pop back in, open up my notebook real quick, and sort of like start scribbling some stuff down. And it essentially just says like something state of emergency, temporarily deputized by sheriff blah blah blah, and then just do a little line for signature, and I'll make up 4 of them real quick and give them to or show them to the sheriff.
Yeah, that's great. I think I may have accidentally deputized you when I didn't actually know your name. What's your name then?
Wait, we're doing all fake names, and I forgot what my fake name was.
Well, everyone now has a different name in this room than they had outside of this room, so I guess it doesn't fucking...
Jazzfinger, Slump, and Pop. We're not
I tried
sure.
so hard to just be like, dude, nobody knows my name's this deal. Oh boy.
Oh, it's Clint Pliskin.
Oh, all right.
Oh my fucking god.
Sorry.
All right, Clint. You know what? You all seem like reasonable enough people. Maybe hold off on the crystal smashing. I believe those were really quite valuable and also not yours. So maybe don't. maybe don't smash those. But as long as you're here to reinstate the law, or rebuild the city, I guess I have no problem deputizing you all. Deputy Clint, Deputy Slump, Deputy Jazz Hands,
Yeah.
and Deputy Pop. Pop. Yes, Pop.
Great.
Pop.
All right.
Deputy
Yep,
Pop.
Yes,
Pop,
exactly.
Pop. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
You will all you are now all officially deputies of the law of Farwater, and I guess I guess do what you can to bring the law back. I'm not really sure. It's kind of just a ceremonial at this point. We can't really do much. Maybe don't tell anybody you have those, because I think the monster will eat you if anybody knows.
That makes sense given history, yes. How are you feeling here? Are you feeling safe? Where are you holding up? How long have you been living in this house here?
Oh, I've been here for about a month or so. It's fine. People don't really have much respect for me anymore, but I'm safe. I'm fed. Can't really complain. I'm holding up the law as long as I'm around.
And you feel all right? Like, would you like us to stay with you? Just another set of eyes can sometimes help
Yes.
keep watch.
Slump is very good at deep slorp.
Very good at deep slurp.
Very good at deep tissue
Renowned.
massage.
I think I've done okay so far. I think I'll be okay. I think I appreciate you knowing that there's someone else trying to change things, but I think I haven't felt threatened yet.
No, of course I wouldn't imply that you were.
Sheriff, you think there's any uniforms or anything still back at the TAC, or is it pretty ransacked?
It was pretty fucked up when I left. I would say
think
probably
maybe-
low chances.
I was thinking we could at least take a peek, because I feel like if the people saw the law, it would sort of make more of a difference,
That makes
he's here
sense.
doing work kind of thing.
I think if you want to go back there, it seems like the law, the building is a hot spot for the monster science experiment. No monsters. Monsters definitely ain't real. But for the science experiment nasty thing, the law seems like a pretty hot spot for that. So
Do you guys have do you have a warehouse for, I don't know,
no, everything's
overflow, inventory, whatever?
No, everything's pretty cut and dry with who gets what, and there's no need for a stockpile. So no,
How
it was
about
all
this?
yeah.
Do you have a regularly used dry cleaner, a laundromat that you frequented? That some leftover
Possibly.
uniforms might be at? Yeah.
Yeah. Mrs. Hatter actually did a lot of
Mrs. Hatter.
our laundry for us at her house. And she might actually have some of the uniforms in her washing machine.
Well, it's worth a check if we think that might help.
Yeah, she lived at 2146 3145 29 6 14
Slump's nose starts bleeding.
Bloody Avenue.
So that was 2146314529 Bloody Avenue. That's right?
Yeah, that's where Mrs. Hatter lives.
Okay, great. We'll see you there.
423. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, she lives at 455. Okay, good. We're all clear.
If you see her there, tell her that Short Stuff sent you.
Oh, all right.
I kind of look immediately insulted.
Oh, no. That's what she calls me. She calls me Short Stuff. I'm not actually short at all, but she calls me that. I'm not really sure why.
I look towards his crotch.
I don't think,
Hey,
what?
good talking to you, Sheriff. I think we're gonna have a
Yeah,
huddle
that
now.
sounds great. Goodbye.
This is real good talking to you. Real good meeting.
Thanks,
Yeah.
deputies. Thank you, deputies.
Ow.
Hey, y'all, want to huddle?
Yeah, fine. Okay, yeah, what's up?
All right, so here's my thing. I think that if we get the uniforms, we can sort of set like a trap and then see who sees the uniform and then see when the spider comes and eats whoever's in the uniform, and then we'll be like, haha, that's who's controlling the Spider-Man.
Then who are we putting in the uniform?
You know, it's a loose plan.
I raise my hand and say, I volunteer.
Oh boy.
I mean, fuck, you can like phase through shit, man. You could just be like, I'm a ghost, and then Spider-Man will be like, I can't eat ghosts.
Oh, that does make sense. Makes a lot of sense. You sure you're comfortable with that?
Are we on the first floor?
You're on the second floor.
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. Where are we over top of right now? We're still in the center, like we're still like next to the crystals and shit like that, right? We haven't traveled anywhere.
Oh yeah, you're over top of like the main hallway.
We're still right next to my cannon and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like on top of above the like main hallway entrance lobby.
Okay. Never mind. I was gonna say I'm just gonna like phase through and just fall through to the first floor and be like, yeah. But no, that would be silly. There's a fuck ton of people down there. Yeah. I'll be fine.
Go.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I look over at Slurp and I'm like, you've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No, Slump don't know any shoreline Brooklyn nor.
Brooklyn Arp. Emmy award-winning Brooklyn Arp.
Yeah, I mean, I think you really got to acknowledge the originator and bring up community and show props where props is due. You know, cool. But no, that's fine. And people have short memories. Apparently, it was original from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Good job.
Slump has 6 IQ. Slump doesn't remember breakfast.
Cool.
Oh man.
Yeah. Do you guys want to? Yeah, y'all just want to like scope out the rest of this big ass place and see what we can see, and then do Operation Ratchet's Cowboy Lightning, which is the code name I just made up for putting Mr. Jazz Hands in a uniform.
That's very good. I like that.
That's a very good name.
Yeah. What?
We're all incognitus. I thought it'd be cool to have code names for our like plans as well as our people.
Yeah, fine.
All right, solid.
Why'd you poke me in the face?
Your code name is Ghost Meat Operation.
You just call me Ghost Meat?
That's a great name.
Your code name is Butterfly Penis.
God.
I'm writing all these down. They're going in the notes.
Oh God.
Butterfly penis, right? Yeah. Okay.
Slump wanted codename Dog Vomit.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I kind of look up at him endearingly, put one hand like on his forearm because that's all I can reach, and just at least you smell the part.
Lou, you want a code name for Operation Righteous Cowboy Lightning?
I mean, I am. Boop. Or whatever.
So stick with Pop. I feel like you pronounced it a little bit differently.
Yeah, not quite right.
What is it? Is Pop? Pop?
It's higher on the Pop.
Pop?
Pop. Yeah, now you're making Slump mad. You're missing it up on purpose.
I'll sort of pat Slump's arm and be like, no man, we're talking about like a secret code name. It's not gonna be Pop.
Oh, of course. You don't call her Pop. We're gonna call her Pop instead.
No, perfect. I think
Okay.
got it in one. Wrap it. Let's go.
Wait, do you guys want to? Do we want to? There was all those fancy people in that room. Do we want to go talk to them, or is it too spooky?
I think we should sort of check out the whole place before we do anything. I mean, Righteous Cowboy Lightning might get tabled. Who knows? This is where we're just workshopping, yeah?
Got it. All right, where to first? Do we want to just check out the rest of this top floor? Head down?
Fuck
Any
yeah, man.
more
I
art pieces
want to
you
say
wanna
hi to
just
the
see?
fancy people. We didn't get to say hi to them.
They
Yeah,
were intriguing.
Don't worry, I'll check it out. It's the name of the ability that I use. So yeah, I'll just sort of shake out, get back into my fake character, and saunter as if I were wearing spurs over here.
All right. So over here, you see a large set of wooden doors. Very well made.
No. Are there guard dude mans around?
Nope, not that you can see.
Yeah, I'll just go over the handle, see if it's locked.
Nope, it is unlocked.
Yeah, let's give it a little push, poke my head in.
Just a little push, like just open it a little bit and just
open
peek
it
in a
enough
bit.
to stick my head in, like I'm gonna sort of scan the room before I give him Mrs. Doubtfire, and just see if there's even anyone there before I say hello.
Dead bear.
I'll say you can see about that much with peeking your head in.
Okay, cool. So if I don't see a person, I'll just be like, hello. Hello. I can't do that.
Hello?
Hello.
You actually heard
pretty
that
good.
though.
That's pretty good.
Somebody actually said hello back.
Okay. Hey, just trying to get away from crowds. Is this like a stay away from the West Wing kind of deal? Am I allowed in here?
Oh yeah, come on in.
All right, solid. Thanks, man. And I'll sort of turn
No, I'm
around.
in.
What?
No, I'm in.
What?
No, I'm in.
Oh yeah, cool. I'll come in.
Said,
Thanks.
"Rah!"
I'll wave to the rest of the group to sort of come on over, and I'll step in.
I'll walk over.
Oh, God!
So small. Slum thought he was sitting on a cushion.
God, get off! You're still on it! Ow, if you God!
I punch him in the crotch, but I don't think he gets tested.
that tickles Slump's banana dog.
God, I don't ever want to hear you say banana talk at that reference ever again. Do you hear me?
Well, last time Slump called it his foo-foo and Mr. Teeny Talk got mad.
Because it's not ever.
No foo-foo, no banana dog. What you want Slump call it from now on?
You're. Yeah, I don't. Wait, hold on. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your 7th arm.
Fine. You tickled Slump's peeny weenie.
It's not weenie. Never mind.
So you walk into this room, and it is immediately recognizable as like a trophy room. There are like it's somewhat dark in here, not dark, but like the lighting is low, with accent lights around all the various trophies hanging on the wall, the various boxes with stuff in them, and there are actually even like trophies, like cup trophies, that say shit like #1 mayor, most valuable mayor, mayor commemoratus memorandus, honorificus mayorificus, kind of like just number one dad mayor kind of cups, all set out in display, and there are hunting trophies as well.
#1 dad mayor.
And the animal trophies are weird. I mean, for us, for you guys, they're pretty normal, or maybe a little bit exotic. But like one of them looks like a boar head mounted to the wall, except for that the boar's eyes are under its mouth and the teeth aren't separated. It's just like a long barricade of tooth. And then there's like another mounted creature, like a fish, a full fish mounted on the wall. Except it looks like it's been turned inside out. The lungs and the intestines and the heart and everything are on the outside of the fish, and it's been preserved with some sort of lacquer. And there are these boxes along the wall. And inside these boxes, as they're tilted for display, are pinned insects. Various crazy, dangerous looking insects. Hornets, beetles, things with hooked legs and thick wing veins, large, big, bulbous eyes. And they all look horrific and terrifying. And there is actually a woman standing over one of the bug boxes. And she wears a ragged dress, dirty sneakers. She's got shoulder-length hair that's all in tatters, a bandana scarf thing around her neck, and big, thick Coke bottle glasses. She's also wearing a pair of yellow gloves that are absolutely immaculate. Everything else is kind of dirty, kind of torn, but these gloves look like they've been sterilized. There's not a speck of dust on them, except like at the part where the back of the glove meets her forearm, where it's getting kind of dirty, but the rest of the glove is absolutely pristine. And she's delicately opening one of the boxes and manipulating some of the bug parts on the inside. Hello there.
Hi.
Hello.
You can also see that she is like visibly sweating and kind of leaning on the boxes.
This is quite the room. What are you looking at there?
I'm looking at the bugs.
What a specimen. Do you mind if I come over and see?
Please do. Do you like bugs?
Yeah, what kind of bug is that? Is that a
I
beetle
immediately
dog?
hold him back, and I'm like, no, you cannot eat those. No, no,
tasty
no,
snack.
no,
Even
you cannot.
sun-dried
You
for
cannot.
num
No,
crispy.
no, no. I pull out the stapler that I took from Kirby's desk
Yeah. You
that I have
did.
saved, and I go, want a treat? Okay, you can only have half now.
Fine.
Half now. You get think of it this way. Hey, listen. If you have half now, that means you get to have half later, which means you get to have delicious stapler twice today.
But if Slump have all now, then Slump could just eat someone's head later.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Nothing, sorry. Slurp sometimes talk crazy. What kind of bug is that?
Can I snap it in half, like just like the twist it backwards, just like
Yeah,
break it
yeah,
off
no
with that hinge?
problem. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, here. You want top half or bottom half first?
Surprise, Slump.
Okay, close your eyes.
Okay.
I look at the bug lady. Is she looking at me?
She's definitely looking. She is like she's propped her back against the boxes, but she is absolutely enthralled with what the hell is happening over there.
I just look at her and I just like, while I'm like slowly extending the top half of the stapler into Slump's mouth.
You can literally hear the dripping as Slump's mouth is watering so ferociously. It's just dripping globs onto the fucking floor.
So is he going to eat that?
Yes. It's a candy stapler. Don't worry about it.
Oh, all right. That's weird. I've never seen one.
Yeah.
Yes.
You like that? Okay. Now, if you don't eat any bugs, you get the second half right afterward. Okay? No bugs. Okay.
Little bug. Just the littlest one.
From outside, not from here.
Fine.
Hey, that means it's fresher.
Fine.
Okay.
And what you do here, lady? Bug lady, what you do?
Oh no, I moved my thing.
Imagine Slump saying that in the poutiest fashion.
Bug lady.
Slump, floor bet you can eat all the bug you want. No teeny time to tell you what bugs you can and can't eat.
I would never want to eat a bug. The name's
Why?
they're precious. They're beautiful. I would never want
Dumb.
to eat one.
They're
No.
dumb.
Well, they may not be brilliant, but I mean, it's a little bit pot calling the kettle black, if you ask me.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
I was just talking about some of the bugs are dumb and some of the other bugs are even dumber. I was just... No, that's not what I meant at all.
Slump is not kitchenware.
I didn't. No, of course you're not. Of course you're not. No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. No, the name's Ellie.
Oh, hi.
Hi. No,
Hello, Ellie.
I'm a big fan of bugs. They're beautiful.
I mean, who isn't? I get it. I do.
You just here for the party to look at bugs?
No. I'm avoiding the terrible whatever's going on outside.
Okay, so
I
you
hear
came
it's kind
in
of
here
like a
to-
bug, though.
Came in here to not talk to people and to look at bugs? Fucking
Yes.
weirdo.
I mean, some people might say that, but I think I'm pretty normal for myself.
Okay.
I don't.
I can certainly relate. Don't you worry.
I'm sorry. What are your names?
Uh,
Well, over here, there's you see this short fellow is my long-standing family friend, who is Sir Jazzfingers.
Yeah.
Jazzfingers, why would you
Yeah.
introduce yourself?
Yeah. I don't introduce myself. How dare
That's-
yeah.
you? How dare you?
All right.
Slurp.
Shut up, lady! Lady, shut up!
I just
shut
okay.
up,
I'm
shut
sorry.
up.
Slump is like
Sorry.
Slump is holding like one of his huge sausage fingers up to her face, even though she's not talking.
Shut up! Shut up! Listen, shut up, listen! This, with me lady, proud to introduce Lord Jazzfingers.
Oh, I didn't know you were a lord. That's so good to meet you, Lord Jazzfingers. The name's
Yes,
Ellie.
pleasure. Oh, hi, Ellie.
I'm pleased to meet
Well done.
you.
Well done, Slump. Very well.
Can you actually do Jazzfingers, or is that just a family name?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Those are really
face-
quite fantastic.
Slump
Yeah.
is very delicately clapping together his huge fucking meat hands.
And now for my next trick, I do the floor thing again.
I gotta. Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's how fast he moves his fingers.
It almost looks like your hand's going through the floor.
I go elbow deep.
Just be-
It's
It
all
really-
an illusion.
it-
All an illusion.
Or is it?
I must say that's quite impressive.
Thank you.
And she starts looking pretty hard at you at that point.
At me?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like?
I'm just saying that's quite an impressive trick.
Are you judging Lord Susan Jazzfingers?
God.
Oh no! Slump must punish himself.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try to stop the conversation there if possible by opening this what is this terrace door thing, and I'm just gonna go, "Hey, what's out here?"
They open up the door. And yeah, it is a big open patio with visibility all the way down like the street and everything. Just a nice little, there's nobody there. There is some spider web there. There is some very superficial damage done to the exterior of the building. But that's about it. And she's, oh, I wouldn't go out there. The science experiment sometimes comes by the house and he could kill you if you're out there.
You know what's funny? We've heard a couple of people refer to this thing as a science experiment. What do you know about it? It's a weird thing, right?
Well, I heard that there was something bad out there, and I didn't see it myself. But they say it looks like a spider, which I find fascinating, and there is a lot of spider web around, so I suppose it's some sort of spider experiment gone wrong, or, I mean, maybe it's some big old phony trick. I don't know. I haven't seen it myself.
It's hard to tell. As you know, we're fairly new to free water, fire water, where we are currently. Do you have a large scientific contingent in your community? Do you have
No,
anyone on staff?
they're all idiots here.
Oh, that's a little harsh.
I'm just saying, they're all a bunch of metal monkeys. They just work the refineries and the smelters, and that's all they do. They're really quite dumb. This science
Yeah, that
experiment
tracks.
gone wrong must have come from one of the other cities, maybe Keithton or Eldam or something like that.
Keep them or Eldam, yeah. Rivals?
No, nobody's a rival. We're all trying to get the planet operational. But
So true.
sometimes the science brilliant people are actually big idiots and they do dumb things.
Yes, you're such a
What-
way with words.
What you
Ellie.
mean when you say get planet operational?
Oh, we want to be like Matrillion. So right now we're all just a bunch of country bumpkins, but we want to live in the high-speed meddling glass buildings like in Matrillion, and we want to get there quickly. That's what we're all working for. Hey,
Yeah,
what
for
do you
some-
guys do? What roles do you play in trying to bring the planet up to speed?
Middle management.
Oh my god.
I'm assistant to the middle management.
Oh yes. All right, I see you. Oh, I it's very impressive. I'm very happy that you're doing that.
Yeah.
Slump thinks you're not being genuine.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what you-
to be honest, I guess I feel like there's a lot of middle management, and then you have middle management managing the middle management that's being middle managed. And I feel like it's kind of redundant. And if some of you guys would just get off your asses and work some of the smelters, maybe we'd get up and running more quickly. I want to be honest. And I feel like
I don't know, man. It's pretty nice red carpet you got in here, you fucking communist.
I don't live here. I was looking at the bugs.
It was an opportunity and it presented itself, and I took it, and I'm leaving. And I
On that note,
Yeah, no problem.
well, we don't want to intrude on your studies.
No problem. Garvin's got quite a nice collection. I'll be here looking at the bugs.
Enjoy.
So I wanted to go up the hall to look into the next room, but it's kind of a diversion to get the rest of the group to come to me so I can go back and grill Ellie.
Without goobers.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck that. I'm not going down that hallway.
What else is up here?
Wait, is that a door or is the door up here?
I'll reveal a bit more so you can see. There, that should make it a bit easier to see where the door is.
Yeah, is this one open?
That one is that one's locked.
Okay, I'll just sort of turn it. Oh, locked. And I don't want to walk by this asshole.
I'll walk through it.
Okay. It is a big old bathroom.
Oh no.
There's no one currently in there, but this is
Oh my god.
yeah, no, this
But
is
it's locked?
it is huge and ostentatious, and this does not feel like a common use bathroom.
Look at that Harry Potter Goblet of Fire bathtub.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking massive.
Yeah, I'll sort of gently knock on the door to see if you'll unlock it for me.
I just say occupied.
God.
Oh, all right, sorry. And I'm gonna go back down to towards Ellie. But as I pass Lou, I'll sort of like give her the eyeballs and like point to where I'm going. I'm gonna talk to the bug lady a little bit.
All right, best of luck.
Just because I have to do this at least once in every campaign and I have to find the proper excuse, my character would like to take a shit.
Yeah, no, this is like one of those scary Japanese ones. So it like
Oh my god.
this is one of those crazy fancy high tech ones. So it like
Awesome.
it kind of like
I set the toilet seat to keep me warm.
Yeah.
And I say, I'm not scared of you. And I drop pants and I destroy the bathroom.
yeah, as you
Because
sit
to my
down.
recollection, this is my first time taking a shit this entire campaign.
It is absolutely. And it's been a long time brewing.
Well,
And-
now there's precedent, so now we all have to shit.
And this thing, like, it grabs your butt cheeks and kind of
Sucks
gradually pulls them apart, and then it kind of lifts your legs up and tips you backwards.
Yep.
And then like these big creepy robot arms with like 100 million fingers kind of crawl up your chest and hold you in place and kind of arch your back a little bit to put you in prime pooping position.
Perfect.
And then it gives you like a little bit of a gentle shake, and it starts like vibrating around your midsection.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and it is absolutely the best bowel movement you've ever had.
That's
Congratulations.
I'll be doing this while he talks to the lady.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. So I'll sort of knock on the door to announce myself and pop my head back in and see if Ellie's still in there.
Oh, hello, you're back.
I'll kind of walk over. Yeah, sorry about the thing I said.
They're really quite strange, aren't they?
What?
Your friends, they're really quite strange.
Yeah, I mean, I love them, but you're right.
I think there's lots of strange people here.
Yeah, I mean, did you see like the staff, the butler dudes with the greasy ass head?
They're so strange.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird.
Anyways, hi, what's up?
Hey, so, what can you tell me about spiders?
Spiders, they're glorious insects. They've got their 8 legs and they can traverse all sorts of
Technically
environments.
not insects, they're arachnids, you dumb bitch.
My push to talk turned off. Must just be like a Discord
Oh wait,
problem
never
or
mind.
something.
Slump's not even there anymore. Just
No.
kidding. That did happen. Slump just fought.
Retcon.
They're beautiful. They've got 8 legs. They can traverse all sorts of terrain. They can they build. They hunt. They capture prey. They've got venom. They're just nature's wondrous little packages of insect.
So have you ever seen the monster thing bouncing around the city? Like, have you seen it with your eyes?
No, I've not seen it with my eyes, but I hear it's something like a spider, some people said, and there's a lot of web around, so I imagine it is. The webbing's weird, though. It's like
Yeah.
cheese.
Gross. All right.
Yeah, it's just
Are there any-
disgusting.
Are there any like subspecies of spiders that have cheese web in nature? Like, is this a rarity?
Not that I've heard. It seems almost like a silkworm or something that makes a hardier, like spiders would never make that to build webs with. It's too gooey. But like a silkworm or something like that for cocooning or for
I think I heard about
cocooning
it.
or like building that it seems like it's a structural sort of spider cheese.
So, like, I mean, I'm just gonna go on a limb and assume you're some kind of bug expert. I obviously am not. Well, if you were to say, like, this experiment gone wrong, what do you think it's like? You said maybe a silkworm. Like, did someone just mix up a bunch of fucking bugs and make this thing? I'm trying to like cross-reference my expert knowledge,
Yeah.
with like her testimony to see if I can come up with any knowledge on the monster.
Yeah, so maybe you have like an I've heard of this or I've read about this roll. Because this I think is like investigate a mystery. I think this is an investigate a mystery roll, and I think your I've read about this thing would give you +1 to it. So I think you get to roll your mystery. Okay, so it's a 7.
So +1 then, so an 8.
An 8, which is still just okay. So that's one. I think that's one question for investigate a mystery.
7 or 9, hold 1. Yes.
All right, ask a question. And,
so
yeah.
she probably can't answer what sort of creature is it.
I think you can answer. You can
with-
ask any question you want, and I will find a narrative way to answer it.
Okay, so we know that like electricity hurts it, so we're gonna skip that, and I'll just see if I can glean what sort of creature it is, because then maybe in my notes somewhere I would have more information. So I'll go with that one.
What sort of creature is it?
Yeah, I mean, unless she's just gonna say spider, and
Yeah,
then
no.
you know, fuck me.
I mean, you gotta gamble. Maybe the answer is just spider.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that because
Okay.
she's given me this like, but the web is not spider, so
Yeah.
I want to see like what her take on.
Yeah. Yes, it seems from what I've heard about what it can do, it seems like it's a bunch of different types of insects, all kind of smashed together. Like the best parts of all the different insects. It sounds like some kind of really horrible science experiment gone wrong, some sort of a genetic thing gone wrong.
All right.
But yes, a bunch of different insects, because spiders would never make that kind of silk.
All right then. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to figure this out because it's it's weird, right? It's some big science experiment running around eating up all the people in the town. Like,
It's
You gotta
it's
learn
quite
about what it
strange.
is, right?
Absolutely, and I'm glad you're interested. Although I don't know what we could do about it.
well, I was talking with some of the law, and my accent is slipping, and I'm reverting to normal Jake.
It's okay. My accent's been all over the place. It's almost a little bit like Dr. Ick.
That guy.
So you know what? I guess I will actually drop the voice like in fiction, and I'll pull out the little paper that shows me as deputized.
Yeah.
Be like,
Very interesting.
I'm a secret agent.
You're working with Sheriff Barfsworth.
Yeah, we already had a run-in with this thing once, and we know that electricity, lightning and the like, that does a fucking number on it. And I was just coming back to pick your brain as something of like an expert in the field, taking notes, doing my due diligence, see if I could get a little edge on this beast.
That's so smart. I'm not sure what you're going to do. It seems to eat everybody from the law, but I mean, if you're brave enough, I guess you could try. How did you figure out it didn't like electricity?
Well, I mean, we tangled with it once, and a little zip zap taser, and it was not happy about that. So
You fought it. Did you kill it?
oh no. We got it to
Oh.
run off. I mean, it's still bouncing around out there, and I'll just sort of like hold my finger up to my mouth, be like, it's all secret stuff, man.
Yes, of course.
And then I'll sort of put the accent back on and be like, oh yeah. So if you got anything else you think will help, I'll gladly take it. Otherwise, I'll let you get to your business. I don't want to, be breathing down your neck while you're manipulating your parts and boxes of stuff, pins.
No, that's quite all right. Just how did you fight this thing? Did you fight it by yourself or was it with your friends?
I mean, that's strictly need to know, super secret agent kind of stuff. Me, I can't disclose ongoing investigation, redacted names, Operation Righteous Cowboy.
Of course, yes. That's an interesting. Did the law really make up that name? That seems ridiculous.
I mean, hey, you gotta find fun in little things, right? You're facing death on the daily. You gotta have a little giggle.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, that's great. Hey, I've got to go. Thanks so much.
Okay, super duper. This totally isn't weird. Bye. See.
Oh, no, I can't move her.
She's a blurb.
There we go. And Slump and Lou, you see Ellie kind of walking down the hallway.
Oh, hello again, Ellie.
Hi, weird bug lady.
Hello. Have a good day.
You as well. Pleasure to meet you.
And I just want to, from like down the hall, I just want to see where she goes. That's all.
Well, I can't fucking move her. Man, I don't know why it keeps on disabling my like ability to move her.
For kicks is why. Dramatic effect.
Oh, I don't like that you went that way.
What's she gonna do? Who's she gonna tell?
Uh-oh.
Shit, I don't think anyone saw if she went in the top or bottom one though.
No, nobody was looking down the hallway.
Yeah, so I'll like run to that hallway where I saw her turn and look down and she's gone.
Yeah.
And then I'll look back at Lou and Slump and just mouth like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know right now. You definitely fucked up because it's very clear that we had a spider monster after us, and there was an insect obsessed person inside of a room. It's very clear that's who helped manufacture that. I was like, I'm just gonna take a shit.
Well, now we've got our bait established. If they know that I'm law, and we're good to go. We'll see if Spider Monster just knows where I am now.
Also,
No. Go away from me! I don't like it.
I'm still pooping.
Yeah, where'd I go?
Did you go
Jake
downstairs?
deleted his icon.
I deleted it.
Fuck this, I'm out of here.
You deleted yourself?
I didn't know I could do that. It worked. Cannot do it either. Sorry. Oh shit. Okay, so they're like converging on me.
Yeah, it is very short order before you get cornered, and they look into your eyes very quickly, very intensely, and you just kind of your brain just kind of fogs over, and you're not really concerned about much anymore.
Fuck. Now I'm gonna go take a shit.
So yeah, there was no way we could get over there and kind of get him out of that situation in time.
There's no retconning I can think of that would save that.
That's fine. So essentially my character's like drive, I no longer give a shit to find out about the spider stuff.
Yeah, and you're kind of keen on hanging out with your friends and listening pretty intently on what they're doing.
Oh, that sucks. Sorry guys, I'm the spy now.
Son of a bitch! I'd like to finish pooping!
It's a real serious poop.
Probably got another minute or so to go. It's been a long time coming, man. You've
3
eaten
months poop.
so many noodles.
Yeah. You let me know when I'm safe to exit, and I will exit.
You're probably good now.
All right. All right, I'll exit the room. And I'll be like, just like kind of like walk through the door. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. You need to go?
Nah,
Jake.
man, I'm good. I'm good, dude.
Okay.
Does Jake look any different at all?
I'll say he's got a little bit of the like cartoony, like kind of stoner look with like the half open eyes and like looking very, but like half open eyes, but very intensely looking at you guys, like cycling between who he's looking at. It does look a little bit off. Absolutely.
Yeah, and you guys saw them corner me, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like it was very clear to Slump and Lou that Jake just got brainwashed.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
I wanna
Goldrick
use.
didn't see that though.
No. I'm gonna make eye contact
Jake.
with Galdrick.
Hold on,
gonna
I'm
make
talking
eye-
to Jake. So Jake, about our super secret plan. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'll just look at Galdrick and do his Galdrick eyes back at him as wide as I can open them.
Oh God.
And just gesture my head.
Kind of look over at Jake. You think she's hitting on me?
I don't know, man. Probably. I'll sort of, I'll like mechanically,
kind of figured.
I'll mechanically pan my head back to Lou.
Yeah, everybody's all after this, you know what I mean? But I didn't think it happened this time. I give her the eyes back with like an even heartier smile.
Uh-oh.
Kind of do like the weird like kitten, the nose kitten scrunch.
Well, I want to roll to dominate mind on Jorp.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can. Absolutely, you can. Yeah, so yeah, go ahead and roll. Yep, and that's
3, damn.
you get 1 command.
All right, I want to make him walk just down the fucking hallway all the way to the goddamn end. I'll just face into the wall, not like walk into the wall, but just walk right up to the wall and just stand there for as long as I can.
All right. So
Jake, what the? Okay.
And Jake, you actually get because the way it works is you don't have to do it. You get to choose whether or not you want to, but you do mark experience if you do it. So in this case, that kind of there is a very clear mental thought to go walk there, and you do feel this urge that you could give into to walk away from your group, and you will receive experience for doing that.
I guess I want to try and wrap my head around this. Like, is me, Jake, sort of like inside my own dome, acknowledging the fact? Because like I knew they were gonna brain zombie me.
Yeah.
So like, is there a part of me that knows like, fuck, I got brain zombied,
Yeah.
but I'm not really in control of my body?
Yeah. Also, you do have a little bit of It's like the sunken place.
Okay, so I guess
it's get out time.
Yeah.
So if I knew that this all went down
Yeah.
and Slump is trying to like save the day, I would be like, fuck yes, Slump, that was smart.
Yeah.
And then I would let that command take.
Then absolutely, you take an experience and you walk down to the end of the hallway.
Okay, like all the way to the bottom?
Yep.
Jake,
Hey,
I
y'all.
was talking to you.
Nah, sorry, man. I gotta take a walk real quick.
Oh, he's got to pass some gas. He doesn't want to do it next to me. What a gentleman!
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Anyone need to use the restroom?
Hey, listen.
After that performance.
Slump thinks that Jorp is, you know.
A little dumb.
Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah, but like extra dumb. What did he say to the bug lady that made her do that?
wait, he talked to the bug lady again?
Does Slump
Went
know
in
that?
there without us. Oh,
Yeah, I think you guys know. Like, you saw him walk down to the end of the hallway and go into that trophy room again, and then he was there for a little bit, and Ellie came out. So I mean, you put the pieces together. I think it's not an unreasonable thing to. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he go into the room with the bug lady and she comes out, and then he comes out all sloppy dog eye. And I was,
Oh God damn it!
yeah, so what?
Well,
So
she's clearly not. I kind of told him my theory, and I'm just kind of like, we just fought a spider thing, and we found a bug-obsessed lady inside of the mansion of the person that we know was responsible. Can we not connect the dots here?
So does that mean that it's probably?
Hi there.
Oh, hi.
Have a good day.
Hello, milady. Yes, and you have a good day as well. Ha ha.
great to see you again.
Great to see you. Hey. I don't remember your name. I don't know why you're over here, but have a good day.
I want to kind of very lightly follow her.
Yeah.
Okay. Just kind of like, hey, Slump, walk with me. Walk with me.
Okay.
And did I see her go into this room again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Slump, do me a favor.
Okay.
Good. Just wait here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good. And I want to. Am I walking around with a trident, or can I say that for sake? Can I just like phase it in and out of? It's in my hand.
Yeah, I think you can kind of phase it in and out of existence.
Okay. I'll phase it into existence and be like, I gotta take. And I go through the wall.
Okay, it is. What do you have there? How did you do that? I'm not a big fan. You know what? I've got to go do a thing.
I want to immediately attack her, but I want to pin her neck between the prongs of my trident.
All right.
Oh shit.
All right. So this is a roll to kick some ass.
I don't want to hurt her.
Totally.
I just wanna pin
Totally.
her. Yeah.
It is plus
and
tough.
boom. Fuck! You know what?
Boy.
Fuck that. I haven't gotten to use one. I'm using a luck.
Oh shit! About fucking time. So for anyone who's forgotten a luck, you have whatever, 7 of them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can use a luck at any point to change a roll, any roll, into a perfect success and change it into a 12. So I will say, okay. With that kind of with the failure to turn into a success, I think what happens is you phase through the wall and you have this big trident and you immediately make this hostile move towards her. And faster than you can kind of gather, she makes a quick hand motion and throws a handful of spiders into your face.
Oh my god. This is my nightmare.
But as she throws it, your strike is absolutely true, and her neck is right in between the prongs of the trident, and you kind of pin it against the box of insects.
Which I was gonna say, so where is she pinned against?
She's pinned against those boxes.
Okay.
And you do take, you get to choose one of the extra effects for kick some ass, which are kick some ass. You can take +1 on your next roll. You can deal +1 harm, but you're not dealing any harm. You can suffer 1 less harm, or you can force them where you want them. So I guess this is force them where you want them, right?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, okay. So then you do take 2 harm from some very venomous spiders that bite you in the face.
Okay.
Holy fucking shit. This is a goddamn Silent Hill game.
Don't care.
With the spiders biting me, I just I start biting them back until they're dead.
Oh god.
Oh, huge chompers.
All whilst I never lose eye contact with her.
Yeah, no, it's this horrifying sight, these wide open eyes and this big grinning face as you just start chomping on these spiders. They're skidding around your face trying to get a new bite mark, and as soon as they venture near your mouth, you just crunch them up. And I think that horrific sight is what absolutely kind of paralyzes her, and you have got her pinned against the box of insects.
Does Slump hear any of this that's going on?
I would say you probably hear... Yeah, probably something like that.
I want to
thunk as the trident lands.
Slump is definitely going to go into the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, she is pinned. And she says, "Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought maybe your friend was the only one."
Yeah. Start talking. What'd you do? What'd you do?
Well, you see, what I kind of want to do is throw some more spiders in your face.
As soon as she says that, because Slump just came into the room, as soon as Slump hears that, I want him to sprout his second set of arms.
Okay, yep. And just rips through your shirt as these fucking Goro arms just burst out of the side.
I want to look her straight in the eyes and say,
Now Slump become death, the destroyer of worlds. If you threaten eensy beensy hair on Teeny Tot's eensy beensy head, Slump will pull you apart into 4 pieces real slow.
And then he'll eat you.
And then Slump gonna eat you even slower. Slump real good at eating people slow so that they're still alive by the time he gets to the top half.
I look at
Not
it. You think I'm
pleasant.
kidding? And I get the second half of the stapler and I hand it to Slump.
I'm gonna cram
That's-
it into his mouth and swallow it sideways.
Oh my god.
That's not a candied stapler.
Okay, so I will say this is manipulate someone. And I'll say because this is quite a situation that you have going on here, I'm going to kind of give you the D&D 5th edition advantage on it. So roll plus charm, which I think for you is plus weird.
Yeah, which is +3.
Yeah, and roll it twice. Oh, wow.
God.
Oh, baby.
That's what we like to call it. It's out of the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, so that is both of them are 100% full successes on a 10 plus. They'll do it for the reason you gave them. If you ask too much, they'll tell you the minimum it would take for them to do it, or if there's no way they'd do it. And you just want her to basically start talking, right?
Yeah.
And the reason is because you're in a very vulnerable position that leads to a lot of bad stuff.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I basically want her to explain herself and immediately stop threatening Galdrick, and the reason is that if she doesn't, Slump will pull her apart slowly and eat her in front of her.
Yep, nope, totally 100% lands. You actually see that she has another handful of spiders that she was ready to throw, and she just drops them on the ground. And these like weird, they look kind of like Black Widow spiders with the big fat butts, but they move way too fast. And they just start skittering on the ground. She says, all right, interesting position. What do you want to know?
You know something about the big cheese tummy dog outside?
Yes, I think I know something.
All right, start. Well, it's dead now, so.
Oh, it's not dead, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Really?
No.
Don't apologize.
I made another one.
Why would you do?
I don't think we're done here. I think we need a little bit more work done here.
What kind of work?
You know, the kind of work that's happening.
Hey, I have another question for you, Miss Bug Lady.
Yes.
What did you do to Jorp?
Oh, I didn't do anything. I don't know what's gotten into him.
I want to use my two disgusting sort of seemingly falling apart fucking fungus arms to like grab her arms, not do anything, but grab them hard enough and maybe pull a little bit, just put some strain on her shoulders to demonstrate how easily Slump could literally pull her arms out of their sockets.
I just alerted the master of the house, and he kind of took care of it.
That sounds like something. What did the master of the house do?
I'm sure he just calmed him down and made sure that he would just be part of the party that's happening. He's just
why
calm.
Why exactly do you work for this man?
Because that's the way it works. I have to.
Are you? I kind of wait. Do my character knows the phrase weaver? Obviously. Right?
Yes, you do definitely know the word weaver.
So you're one of those weaver types, huh?
Oh, you've heard of us. How do you know about? Oh, are you with the calligraphers?
I want to hit a weird angle on her. I want to say, do you believe in God?
I've seen some strange things. I'll believe in some sort of God.
I want to sprout my wings, like as if I'm casting angel wings, but I'm not going anywhere. I just want to like make my ethereal wings form.
Yeah.
I've been sent from on high.
And as you do, because as an effect of being close to you with your wings out, Slump just brings a big old fucking grin to his face. And so does Ellie. This weird kind of forced smile starts to pull across her face. And she says, Oh, goodness me. That's,
You've upset the gods.
well, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do.
According to who?
According to, well, Garvin.
Anyone else?
Well, I'm sure he gets his orders from someone else, but I just take my orders from Garvin. And some other mysterious third party. I don't know who they are, but I get a little letter every now and then.
Do you have any letters on you?
No, I usually eat them.
Would one still be inside you? I know a way we can retrieve it. Unless if you have an extra one lying around. Slump, who wants to go hunting?
Oh, Slump's good at hunting.
And Slump licks his lip.
I haven't got one in a while. I don't think there'd be anything on the inside. It's usually just the
I hear letters are just like bubblegum. It takes 7 years. It's not a myth.
No. The only thing that's on them is and she says a word that you just can't quite hear.
What? What?
It's
What? I gotta look at Slump. Are you messing with me right now? Like, do you not realize the predicament you're? I want to like. Can I like just for the sake of intimidation? Can I the trident that I'm holding? Can I like shock like some sort of element through it? Lightning, fire, ice, like something that just like I want to channel something through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'll say, not fire, because that's Betty. I'm gonna let you. It's a weird moment to choose it, but I'm gonna let you kind of commit to an elemental affect on your weapons, kind of like how Betty has fire.
Change it.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh,
So
are
it's
you kidding me?
Yeah,
Are
it's
you kidding me right now?
One time choice. You can't change it, but I will let you decide what it is now.
Absolutely. Ooh.
It's a weird moment to put it in there.
My go-to is I personally IRL. I love frost things. You know what I mean? But I don't really see it being too applicable here. You know, everything is always vulnerable to fire. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Like, what am I gonna do? Make a gun that shoots water bullets? That's stupid. So you know what? I just watched Endgame. I'm gonna have to go with the lightning, Bob.
Yep. All right. So you are pinning her with your trident, and your whole body begins to glow that kind of holy radiant energy that has, and your trident begins crackling with holy radiant lightning. No, I'm just saying it's massive.
What the
Whoa.
Did you understand that?
Say it again.
Say it again.
It's a very simple word. I'm just saying. Massive.
Slump rip off her finger.
Where's Lou?
Slump rips off her finger.
Yeah, it just pops off, and she screams very loud.
I taser her to be quiet.
Do I have like the wherewithal to move away from that noise, or do I have to stay and listen?
You would actually be drawn to it, as are all the other butlers that I can't fucking move.
Okay, it's like to the door.
Yeah.
Oh god. After she screams and he rips off her finger and be like, Slump, watch the door. That was loud.
Oh yeah.
And like, do I have? Sorry, I'm still trying to get this. Like, do I have control over my actions? But I'm just
very
like,
limited.
compelled. So like, if I just wanted to shoot this butler in the face, I couldn't.
That's correct. You could want to, but you wouldn't really be able to.
I would like to want to shoot that butler in the face, but then I don't.
You feel your hand itching for that gun, but it won't move.
Do the butlers, do they phase in and out, or can I physically block them?
No, they're very physical.
Okay, I guess there's just the one up here though, so we should really focus on those.
The sketchy part is that I think we can probably deduce that having the butlers close to us is not good, because that's what happened to Jake in the other room. While we didn't see what happened, we knew that some fucking butlers went in. Jake came out all fucking doped up.
Yeah,
so that would be my concern.
What you guys what you guys saw was Jake came out normally.
Yep.
And then a butler grabbed him, looked into his eyes, and then he got fucked up.
Yeah, and I was like actively trying to move, like not run.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess my player, I was like, no! But I don't think Jake would have actually like screamed and pushed his way through until he got cornered.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to make you guys react to this, because what we have here is a very, 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 very dangerous situation. And I'm going to let you guys, you can metagame a little bit, just because the cards are stacked very heavily against you, and you guys can kind of come up with a plan, because what we're looking at is a TPK in about 10 seconds here.
I want to basically look for the heaviest fucking thing in the room that I'm in and bar the door with Jake on the other side. Like I want to use my superhuman strength and all 4 arms to grab the heaviest fucking shit in the room.
Yep.
And if it's far enough away that I have to sort of toss it or slide it along the floor, I want to put it against the door such that, these fucking little bald-headed one-punch man looking butlers could not conceivably simply push it open. Like it would really, they would not really understand. Whatever the fuck I can put in front of that door, if there's these couches or whatever the fuck else I can do, I want to bar the door and then plant so I'm no longer going to be standing in front of her.
Yeah.
I want to plant myself on the other side of it, so that in order to open those doors, they'd have to push through all the shit that I've stacked on top of it and me.
Yep. Okay. That's okay. Cool. Anybody else want to do anything else?
Absolutely. I would like to begin tasing to such an extent that I kill her.
Oh my God.
Okay. So that's what you're going to start doing. We'll resolve that. Lou, what's up?
I want to go and try and talk to the butlers. I want to say,
oh my God.
Listen, fellas. I see you're troubling my friends.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
The butler turns to you.
No.
And
we're not your friends. We're not your friends.
Yeah. Now knowing that you are associated with them, you get the old fog brain.
Oh fuck.
Oh, just right away?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, dudes.
Code word, Numasu.
I like, even if you said the word Numasu, it had no effect. And you are fog brained.
So fast.
I mean, like, you could, if you want to say something, you can go ahead and say something. I can't think of anything you could say that would change the course of action.
I just wanted to say that, that I think there's been a misunderstanding, and just let me talk to the master of the house.
Yeah. Now you get the fog brain, and you feel like you're gonna have a talk with the master of the house.
Oh, well, that's fine then.
And I think at that, like, you kind of do that, and that yeah, exactly, that like little split second diversion is all it took for there to be like crashes at the door as Slump piles everything in this room in lightning speed up against the door, and you find yourself, and Jake, you find yourself trying to push this door open, and the butlers, who are freakishly tall, are also trying to push the doors open. And Galdrick, you start tasing Ellie.
Yeah, the moment I hear like the door starting to get like trying to push it open, I look around and say, time's up, and I just start going to town.
Okay, so the way this is going to kind of work is every zap is going to be a roll to kick some ass where you take damage as well.
Okay.
I
I basically after the first zap, I want to sort of gesture towards Galdrick to have him stop, just so I can ask her another question, because I want to try to do something that I'm not really sure if it's possible. Like, I was wondering if it would be somehow possible for me to both combine soothe and dominate mind. Because basically what I'm wanting to find out is clearly threatening her hasn't really worked. So I want to know what she's most afraid of or most afraid of losing, so I can threaten that. I don't know if that's just not possible, then that's fine.
No, I think. So I like that idea. We can definitely do that. So first, we're going to do the first zap from Galdrick's lance, Galdrick's trident. Oh boy. Okay, so that's a huge success again. So now you get to take +1 on your next roll, do +1 harm, take -1 harm, or force them where you want them.
I'll take -1.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to conserve here.
Yeah, because this time with both hands, she weaves, and they're kind of like dragonflies, except they have giant hooked stingers like overgrown wasps. And she throws them at your face, and they kind of latch into your face like fish hooks.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And it burns, and you take 3 harm, which is -1 down to 2 harm.
My god. Ow.
And they're kind of like the hooks kind of dig into your skin, and then they try to fly away. And so they're kind of pulling on your skin, and the venom is burning your face. And you zap her for. Sorry, go ahead. You zap her for how much damage does your? I think your trident does.
It's
3.
It turns out that it's your weapon attacks are your body and divine weapon always count as a weakness against the monsters you fight.
Yeah, she's mostly just a person, so like herdy electric cutty things are definitely a weakness to human people. And I believe the damage on your trident is 3, so you zap her for 3.
Oh, it does say 3 harm. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 3 harm. And like that really does a number on her. Like there's taser, right? And then there's like low voltage electric chair. And this is kind of more on that side where her whole body goes rigid, and her teeth kind of crack a little bit from biting down too hard, and then it kind of eases up.
What's her response?
Her response is she's kind of readying another spell.
Okay, so is Slump able to gauge from where he is how hard anybody outside might be pushing to get into the room? Like, is he under the impression that if he stood up, that whoever was out there would be able to push their way? Or not yet?
No, you get the feeling that you stacked so much. Like, I'm taking 4 mammoth arms that are very able. Like, I don't think there's anything in this room that you couldn't lift like a toy. And you put so much of it in front of that door that you get the feeling that they're kind of hitting their shoulders into it. Yeah. And with you holding it, they can't make any progress at all.
Okay. Now,
but when you move away, they'll make slow progress, but they're not about to bust in.
Okay. Now with Slump's, fleeting intellect, does he get the impression that her hands are key to her capacity to cast these spells, or is it simply the movement of her arms? Like, is taking away the movement of her hands, would that halt her ability to cast these fucking crazy bug spells, or is her hand movement and throwing of the spiders purely accessory? Like, would she still be able to conjure and hurl spiders and death dragonflies if she literally couldn't hold them in her hands?
Yeah. So with this, I'm actually going to go a little bit more based on the knowledge of all the weaving that you've seen. Jake, Lou, Tom, everybody that you've seen. You gather that if she didn't have hands, she probably couldn't weave these bug spells. But you have seen weaving that did not require hands. Words were enough.
Okay.
So you can stop her from throwing spiders and death dragonflies. But you won't have fully neutralized her offensive capability.
Okay, so what I want to do is with your with your keeper oversight, I want to basically dash up from where I am with my bottom set of Goro arms. I want to grab her hands and already start crushing them tightly enough to break some of the bones in her hands, but no more than that yet. With my other two hands, with one of them I want to cover her mouth, and with my other hand I want to with like the steadiness of a statue, point a finger straight at her face, and then I basically want to say,
you listen here. You made Slump mad once. That's right, Slump, not Slorp. Bet you never saw that coming. Best code name. You listen here. You cast any more of your mean little 8-legged dog spells, and Slump is gonna eat your arms up to the fucking pits. You tell me, Miss Lady, what are you afraid of?
Okay, and this is that kind of, you want to use like soothe and mental domination kind of thing.
Exactly.
Why don't you roll mental dominion, because we gotta have a roll just to decide whether or not. Basically, I was gonna say, we're just gonna have heavier costs for failures, but that is a 100% success.
Okay.
That's a tough question.
Or, it doesn't have to be what are you afraid of. It could be like, what do you value most? Basically, I want to expose a weakness in her psychology.
Yeah, and because she wears tatters and she holds almost nothing valuable. But I will say that it's kind of like the discovery and research of insects. Like seeing new insects makes her very happy. Seeing different kinds of bugs makes her very happy. So if you were to take away the existence of new bugs or that's what she likes, and that's basically the only thing she holds dear, which is hard to take away because she can just walk around and kick over a rock and see some bugs and be happy.
Does Slump get the impression, or would people does Slump get the impression? Yeah, that's a good one. Does Slump get the impression from her general demeanor, and or would a person of reasonable common sense get the impression that she is a researcher herself? Like she has contributed research to the field of entomology.
She's a researcher, but like just for herself. Like she conducts a lot of research.
Okay, but she doesn't publish or anything like that.
No. Purely self motivated.
Okay.
She is a phase 1 weaver who loves bugs and weaves big old bug things.
Okay. Then I want Slump to basically grab her, and he's going to slowly move his huge sausage finger like a half an inch away from her eyeballs, switching from eye to eye slowly, and say,
you listen here. Is Slump fair to assume that maybe Slump's friends Lou and Jorp are outside, but maybe they're not in their right mind?
Yes, I believe they're probably calm now, as I kind of would like you to be.
Oh, is that what you want? Well, you listen here. You had better start helping Slump and Teeny Tot, or first thing Slump's gonna do is break through that wall. Then when Slump is broken through the wall, he's gonna go to the library. He's gonna find all the nicest books about bugs, and he's gonna eat them. And then he's gonna find other books about bugs, and he's gonna eat those too. And once Slump has found every book on bugs he can find, he's gonna eat them. And then guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna come back, and he's gonna eat all these boxes full of bugs until there's none left, and no one will ever remember that these bugs existed. And you know what Slump is gonna do? Even if Slump is gonna have his mind turned into num-nums by the weird, shiny head dogs out there, Slump is gonna come back, and he's gonna pop out your eyeballs like jujubes, and he's not gonna kill you. He's not gonna kill you.
What the
He's gonna crush your fucking hands, and he's gonna eat your eyes like jujubes, so you can never look at another bug again, or touch them, or feel them, or make them, or anything.
I don't know that there's anything I can do at this point. Garvin's kind of doing his thing now. I get it, and hey, guess what? Not a big fan of all those things, but I'm not really sure what I can do. They're not.
Well, you better start coming up with solutions, or Slump is just gonna do it out of spite.
I can weave a big bug or lots of little bugs, but that's about all I can really do. If I had the runaway magic, I probably would have done that by now.
How does Slump get Jorp and Pop back to their normal selves?
I guess somehow you'd have to convince Garvin that there's been I might be able to talk to Garvin and maybe tell him there was a misunderstanding.
What would you say the misunderstanding is?
That everything. What? Jorp? What's his name? I don't recall.
Yes, Jorp.
Yeah, everything Jorp says was actually false. He's not part of the law. He never fought my monster. I was misunderstanding a bad joke.
Yes. And how likely is Mr. Blarbin to believe that?
That's a tough one.
How long have you known him?
Not very long, maybe about a month.
How convincing can you be?
I mean, I can be it's hard for me to be sincere.
Hard for you to be sincere? Is it easier to be sincere if you picture Slump eating your fucking eyeballs?
Yes, I think I could probably be more sincere at that point.
Oh, excellent. Where is Mr. Blarbin's room from here?
He's just in the room right next to us. He's just in the room right beside this one.
What? Where? Slump don't see any other door. Slump just see the patio door.
I know, you have to go around. It's in there. She's like pointing to the wall. He's over there.
And Slump sort of looks towards Aldrich.
How do I know that you'll go and properly tell him and that you won't just barricade yourself inside there?
Well, to be totally honest, you just walked through the wall, so I'm pretty sure I can't barricade against just walking through walls.
You're right.
And I kind of feel like Mr. Slump there could probably just pull the wall down, to be honest.
You have 30 seconds.
Whoa, hold on. 30 seconds. That's not much time, Mr. Teeny.
I don't know that I can run that fast.
Fine. 45. I'm lenient.
Oh, no, right.
Much more reasonable.
Does the time start after you move everything from in front of the door?
I look at where the I know where that hallway connection is, right?
Yeah.
And it's would my character be safe to assume like all the pushings that I would assume all the butlers are now right there?
Yeah.
I want to cast Angel Wings to be in front of the hallway.
Yeah.
I grab one hand on her, I grab one hand on Slump, and want to do Angel.
Oh shit.
Roll it up.
Which one is it? Weird.
Use another luck if you have to. Use another luck if you have to. God damn it.
Oh, hey. No problem. So your wings were already out as you were kind of making this very largely majestic, intimidating kind of stance. And just kind of like you concentrate for a moment and your eyes look away from her just a little bit. And then they focus on her again. And in that instant that you make eye contact, the two of you are or I guess all three of you, all three of you are no longer there. You are in that hallway. And as soon as you appear in the hallway, this butler starts making his way towards you. and Ellie kind of holds her hand up, and she's like, no, wait, just a second, just a moment, hold on, don't do anything stupid. And the butler just keeps on charging right towards you, and it puts its hand on your shoulder, Slump.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks into your eyes, and your mind just starts to go kind of foggy.
Okay.
And then it comes back to normal. And the butler closes his eyes and walks away. And Lou and Jake, you suddenly feel more like yourselves again.
Would my body still want to execute shooting that guy, or would I?
Oh God!
Do I have control over that?
I would say you have control over that. I'm not about to throw you guys back into the fire.
Okay, because I was prepared to.
Yeah, no, I think in a lot of ways that's probably the way that makes sense, is that you've been trying to this whole time, and then as soon as you get control, you would have. But I think that really further complicates the situation that has already got quite complicated. So I will say that doesn't happen.
Okay, so I guess just for fiction, like I'll draw on him, like not all the way up to like point the gun at his face, but like to get it out of the holster and then realize I'm back to myself and sort of like just put it back and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll look up at Slump and be like, that worked out.
Yeah, see, not so bad.
Yeah. What I was gonna do is I was gonna kill her, and then I was just gonna, like, you know, wing you and I down to the first floor and be like, I don't know where that scream came from. We weren't in there.
Oh.
Yeah,
well, this way might be better, because that way we might have had to say bye-bye to Jorp and
It's fine. She started hitting on me anyways. Once you get to that point, it just gets awkward from that point onward.
Well, Slump not an expert in interpersonal relationships and the dynamics of socioeconomic interactions, but Slump thinks maybe you're reading into that wrong.
I slapped. How dare you? You're not a doctor.
Okay.
Does Lou have any scarves that are like transparent, like sheer?
Of course. Absolutely, I do. They're more in the handkerchief department, those kind of super big.
Yeah. Hey Lou, could I get one of them? And I'm gonna sort of like point at one of them one that I could see through.
Yeah. Boy, that was a thing, hey?
Yeah, man, that was. Yes. Sorry about that. I guess I took a shot and fucking missed on that one.
No, hey, the same Z's, am I right?
I'm gonna tie this around my face, so I'm wearing like a blindfold that I can see through.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, time for a fucking another shot, I guess. Who knows if this shit's gonna work? Where'd Slump go?
It looks fashionable.
Yeah, like wearing a fucking tie around your head. It'd function, right? Yeah, right?
Yeah, you guys have no idea where Slump and Galdrick went. As far as you know, they're still in there, and just somehow this all settled.
So yeah, I'm gonna like fold this thing up like a bandana or like a headband, but just put it across my eyes so that I can still kind of see through it.
Yeah, you look real cool now.
You think this will work? I mean, like I don't know.
Well, it's worth a try, right?
Fucking right. I don't brain zombie shit anymore. That was fucked up.
Sucked. No, thank you. I'm gonna put my ear to the door and see if I hear anything.
Oh, smart. No, you hear absolutely nothing from inside.
I don't hear anything. Do you hear anything?
I'll sort of like look around and see if I can see Lou through the like thing on my face.
I think you
All right, yeah, you're a little blobby, but
yeah,
I see
exactly. Yeah, you tied it a bit too tight. It's hard to make out details.
So yeah, I'll sort of put my ear to the door as well.
Yeah, no, nothing.
I ain't got nothing, man. Well, I guess there's a butler there to our south, so I will go not that direction. I'm gonna go this way.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but fuck that shit. Let's go find these guys.
If
if they're not in there, they would be moving towards butlers, you wouldn't think.
Yeah, essentially just anywhere there's not a butler, I will probably start to get.
I want to like poke my head around the corner.
I peek in the art room.
Can I see?
I say, yeah, you can see Galdrick peeking around the corner.
Even through my like.
Oh no, you can't.
Scarf.
No, from that distance, no, you can't see it. No.
I want to look at Jake and just be like, what the is he wearing? Slorp, you gotta see this.
What?
I point at Jake right around the corner.
Doc, what are you wearing?
Hey y'all, I can hear you. Just can't quite see you.
I want to take off one of my shoes and throw it at his head.
Roll to kick some ass to see if you can hit him. It's not gonna do damage. I just want to see if it hits him or not. Oh yeah, I said like it glances off your shoulder. Like
I'll
it's one of
sort of
those
do like
sloppy hits.
I'll do like the one knee into the chest, kind of like turn sideways, like standing fetal defense, and I'll be like, "Hey! Fuck was that? I can't see shit, man." All right, I'll sort of push it up onto my forehead and be like, "All right, fine. You know, fuck me if you're trying, right? Sorry."
How did you guys get out of there?
I kind of like point at myself, like the two-handed double point at yourself, like what? Yeah, don't worry, I fixed it. Are you guys okay now?
Yeah.
So, like, where's Ellie? Isn't she still with us?
No.
What happened there? Because I thought you said that we all teleported together, or did I?
Yeah, and she ran into the room. To go talk to Garvin.
I see. Oh, yeah. I see. Okay, sorry. I thought we all instantly teleported into the room with Garvin. I was like, well, that's a fucking rude surprise.
Yeah.
He's gonna be unhappy about that.
Yeah, that would. Gotcha. I can tell you right now, that would not have gone so well.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so she ran into Garvin's room.
Okay.
So, fuck you guys want to do, man?
Well, turns out there's another spider thing out there.
I mean, yeah, I figured we didn't like seal it proper, so it was gonna come back eventually.
No, Spider Bitch said she made another one.
Oh fuck, she was Weaver?
Yeah.
Oh,
you really couldn't connect that?
Nah, I thought she was just like someone that Garvin was using to make it. I didn't think she was the Weaver herself, because fuck. All right, yep, okay.
Well, what have we here? I see.
Shit.
Oh, greetings, Numasu.
Yes, I've heard you using that word all over in here.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not. I must say I can't really make quite much sense of what's going on here. Why don't you all come into my office here for a moment? Why don't we go talk?
Oh, we don't want to impose.
You kind of do want to impose, actually.
Nope, don't want to impose.
No, yeah, you actually kind of do. You actually all a little bit feel like you would kind of like to impose and go into the office.
If I pull the thing back over my eyes, does it still work?
you pull the thing over your eyes, and like now you feel a little bit embarrassed, but you still kind of want to go in.
Damn it! Oh, guys, the fucking the kerchief thing's not flying. You know, abort on the handkerchief.
Like, this is the thing though, is that you actually don't feel like you're being mind controlled. It's just when he suggests it, you reason out why it would be a good idea. You're like, you know what? Let's sit down and talk this out. Like, let's find out what the hell's going on.
I like that even less.
So yeah, you don't feel dominated. You actually have reason through why that's a good idea in your own head.
I say, sure. And I walk through the wall.
All right.
I look at this bitch and I do 2 fingers to my eyes, 2 fingers to her eyes. This better not be a fucking trick.
And when you come into this room, it's quite a clean room. There is a ledger and some documentation on the desks. There's a quill with a big plumy tail on it, and some pictures of Garvin are hanging on the wall where he is shaking hands with various officials. Some of them look military, some of them look political, and he's just shaking hands with various people.
They're sitting in those 4 seats.
No, these are just pictures. No, there's actually
sorry, gotcha.
Just pictures on the wall of that, like
Gotcha.
oil paintings of his great achievements kind of thing.
Okay.
Like he's standing on a low hill with his knee raised as he's shaking the hands of some very important person. And oh yeah, there's another person in here.
I was just gonna say, if you drop our Kirby token, I will shit my pants and leave.
No, but this person isn't really much of a person as much as it is like a mountain of muscle and flesh. This person stands easily 8 feet tall, 9 feet even, heavily armored with bulletproof and explosive proof armoring on their legs and chest. 2 Bowie knives are strapped to the front of the chest. 1 shotgun is strapped to their leg, and you can see mechanisms for spring-loaded hook blade arms, hook blades on their arms. Their face belies a feminine, if incredibly chiseled and muscular tone, with wild eyes that have already scanned your entire party over. Her hair is an untamed mane of bright orange with an almost neon blue streak through it.
Oh, I fucking knew it! I knew it immediately! Go ahead.
She's back, y'all.
I guess this is not that person. This is not the person from the other campaign.
Okay.
But this looks like a person some of you may have from the same group of people.
Am I?
This is from one of the older campaigns. So you guys are playing in a universe that exists. So this is like, imagine a person who has never played D&D 5th edition, seeing a beholder, and someone who has never even heard of the word beholder because they've never played D&D. That's basically what just happened. Somebody knows some of the lore, some of the universal backstory about what this person might be, which is purely player knowledge, not character knowledge. So you don't know, none of you know anything.
What are we, amateurs here? Come on.
And she is an intimidating mountain of barbarian-like muscle and aggression, with her arms crossed, and she continues to look and evaluate you all over. And Garvin finds his way to the other side of the table, and is there anything else I need to say about this? And nope, yeah, that's it. Garvin just says, well, hello there now. We've had quite a little bit of a whoopsie daisy down there, I hear. Please don't mind her. Her name is Gak. She's my personal bodyguard here. She's just here to make sure nobody tries anything funny. But Ellie here tells me that there's been some sort of a misunderstanding, and I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here.
I kind of want to almost have like a you ever have that sassy coworker that's just a bitch?
Yeah.
I want to be that sassy coworker that's like, as long as we're actually on the same page.
I'm trying to understand. You came in here. You've made a bit of a ruckus. My butlers have been watching you closely, and I'm not really sure what. How do you know the word Numasu?
I'm sorry. The word what?
Numasu. I'm sorry. It appears only your friend Pop or Lucille or she's. Yes, I've heard. Yes, that's a very, very funny thing that you've done to everybody else. That's not going to work here. I'm more interested in what it is you're doing here and how you know that word.
I want to say.
Oh, so sorry, Mr. Blarbin. We are delegates from Kerr.
But I don't know if that would get us instantly killed. Or if he'd just be like, what the fuck is Kerr?
Big gamble with that one. And I will say, when you say that word, his monocle falls out of his eye.
Okay.
And he starts visibly sweating.
Yes. Kerr sent us here. You know.
I'm sorry. Ellie, I think it's time for you to leave. Please get the fuck out of my office. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll just I got a weird southern accent now, and it was kind of British before, but I'm
Kirby's
leaving.
leaking in.
As she leaves, I want to eyeball her and sort of just like shake my head at her. Man, I fucking trusted you for some reason.
That was a bad move, wasn't it? I've totally lost my accent now.
Wait, was that Garvin or was
that was Ellie?
Oh.
Now that Slump has said that and he saw Garvin's reaction, he's gonna walk up to it, but not in an intimidating way so as to set off Gak. Not like in a quick running, but like sort of walking around. He's now got his huge sausage hands behind his back and he's sort of fiddling his fingers. Imagine that you're like a 5-star general and you've just entered the office of like a captain.
Yeah.
And you're sort of, judging the places you walk around. Slump is now doing that and he looks as confident as ever and says,
Yes. Kerr sent us to make sure things were still going according to plan. And whether or not I understand the word "ruflaflu" is neither here nor there. Is there something that I should be passing back to Kerr, Mr. Blarbin? Perhaps you no longer feel as confident in your position.
No. I think I'm right on schedule. Ellie's been a little bit overzealous, but I think we've got most of the town in here. I think I've got the popular opinion of everyone. They believe the tax should be here any time now. I've been talking to Isabella. She seems to be happy with how things are going for her. She should be here anytime. There's no problem at all.
Isabella, she's up for her performance evaluation review. Mr. Teeny Tot.
I immediately want to I want to phase my my trident back into like just, and I just wanted to like immediately start using it as a toothpick.
And I've immediately dropped the whole Galdrick. I've no longer referred to him as Susan Jazz Fingers. I've literally called him Teeny Tot and snapped my fingers as though like, come hither.
Oh. God damn it, you motherfucker. Retcon, I don't summon the trident. I walk over and I say, yes, sir. How can I be of assistance today?
Now that I've spoken with Mr. Blarbin, could you please make a note that
he's very obviously like he's not saying fucking anything that makes any sense. He's just trying to do things to unsteady Garvin, but he's doing it in such a way that Garvin can't hear him going blah 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 blah.
Okay, I got you.
He's got his voice low enough that all he can see is Slump looking very sort of indifferent yet judgmental while mumbling things to Galdrick.
Anyways,
I will 100% go along with it and just be like,
no. Strike that last part. I'm not convinced that he's up to it yet.
I want to like slowly like put my finger up, like put it on the left side of my neck, do the ooh, you're gonna kill him. Strike my finger across the neck, like ooh.
And he's gonna Slump is gonna look at him like wide-eyed, like he's considering, and then look up at an angle, and then just very indifferently shake his head momentarily.
Now, Mr. Garvin, Where is our good friend Isabella?
That's a good question. Let's see. Where did I last see her?
Sure where she is.
No, I know. I'm just thinking about it.
I'll note that
Mr.
down.
Teeny
Doesn't
Talk
know
could-
where subordinates are. I'm
Mr.
already
Teeny
all
Talk-
over it,
okay,
sir.
Excellent. Thank
I'm all
you.
over it, sir.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Teeny Tot, is that your name?
You can call him sir.
I'm sorry, sir. No. I'm not sure if you've been informed. Isabella's not a subordinate. She's my superior.
That's
Which
interesting.
phase did you say you were from?
Oh. So, I'm sorry. I think I misunderstood.
Yeah.
You seem to be under the impression that you're here to ask us the questions. Make a note of that for Kerr. He
Oh
was
my.
mentioned
I'm
something.
like the wide-eyed, like the gall.
No, I was confused. I'm sorry. I was just confused. I was just.
I'm gonna elbow Slump. Be like, remember what happened to the last guy that questioned Kerr?
No, definitely not questioning Kerr. No, absolutely not.
Slump visually shudders.
Oh, don't mention that. Come on, I just had lunch.
No, of course, no. Her eyes are upon us all. It's no problem. I'm keeping everything underway. I've even spoken with Demisol. I've spoken with Hutch. I've got them back on track. Quentin should be ready in no time. I believe I should be able to take the Isabella will have the whole province in no time. Don't worry at all. Everything is going as planned.
It's interesting that you say that, Garvin, because I happen to be privy to the fact that Hutch's progress report has a strange, unexplained 3-week absence. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah.
No. I think. Last I heard, everything was going well. I figured it was no. I'm sure everything's going perfectly fine. Quentin is ready.
He says everything's going perfectly fine.
Everything's going
perfectly fine.
Oh, well, you know what, Mr. Teeny Tot, I think that must be right. As the last time I remember, Kerr wasn't at all a stickler for details, so I'm sure he will mind just an absolute progress report.
What should I fill in right here is the report for the Frankenstein.
You know what? Oh, you know what you should put? Just put, quote me here.
Okay, got it.
Garvin doesn't think it's a big deal.
Garvin.
No. I don't mean it at all. I'm gonna get his report. I'll go down there.
Visibly scratching it out now.
I'll punish him. I'll punish him for the late report, just as he should be punished, of course. And I will demand retroactive weekly reports. I shall get it all exactly as we need it. No problem.
Kerr wanted me to inform you of something that he's put in place to act as a disciplinary measure. He calls it the booboo box.
Oh my god, sir, no. Sir,
it's okay. It's all right. Listen, I would hate.
I'm like visibly looking like upset, like anxious, like, oh my god, sir, he's not here. Sir, not here.
No. It's all right. Nothing to worry about.
So did you say he had thought of something?
Yeah, well, yes, of course. I'm not talking about Kerr.
Wait, you do know about Kerr's security officer?
You do know about Kerr's security officer.
I'm not privy to the details. I'm not.
Of course not.
I kind of look at him. His pay grade's not that high.
Yeah, rest assured, it's above your pay grade.
No, I'm just phase 2. I just had assumed. I mean, I don't presume to assume about anything of what Kerr does. No. I'm sure whoever came up with the booboo box is brilliant. It sounds like a brilliant plan.
Well, that's not the official name. I'm not at the liberty to tell you its official name.
No, of course not. No. I'm just phase 2. There's no need to divulge any of that information.
I want to write down on a piece of paper that says Frankenstein's, and I want to elbow, and I put a question mark after it, and I elbow it, and I show it to Slump. I whisper, Frankenstein's, because I know he can't read.
Oh, yes. What am I asking him about? I'm just
asking how the progress is going.
Garvin, Kerr would like to inquire as to the status update on the Frankenstein monsters.
Oh yes, Demisol, a brilliant idea. Kind of an idiot of a man. Never never managed to make the Frankensteins. He's actually here at the mansion. Yes, he had a bad run-in with some individuals. Hutch took care of the rest of Quentin. Demisol's been hiding out here till I figure out what to do with the idiot.
Had some problems. Something that needs to be intervened upon by upper management?
No, absolutely not. No, Quentin should be perfectly fine. Isabella can expect to receive Quentin on schedule in about 4-5 months' time. I think at the 6-month mark it should be ready for the taking. No problems.
Well, I have 2 questions for you, Mr. Garvin.
Yes, of course.
Now, this was a terrible inconvenience. I'm already, what would you say, Teeny Tot, 30, 40, 50 minutes behind schedule on our appointments?
Wait, too far for Kerr. That is for sure.
Well, obviously. Now I'm going to be answering for this. So tell me, were we to come back, what could we say to soothe any prying eyes from your hired help, as it were?
No, they're not hired. They're mine. I don't worry. They shouldn't be any help. They shouldn't be any problem. I misunderstood. I thought that all the commotion and the hubbub was perhaps the people that Demisol had run into. I was simply trying to quell the situation. I had no idea. Isabella didn't tell me that anyone. I don't even have privy to anything past. Well, I know a little bit about Phase 4, but I mean, it's.
You know what? I'm starting to become concerned. You tell me this about Isabella. You're not sure when you're going to hear from her. You're not sure where she is. Why don't you tell me what you understand about Phase 3 so I can make sure Kerr's vision is being properly realized?
Oh, no, it's no problem at all. Everything's perfectly fine.
Oh no.
Yes.
There's already been some reason for some concern. I would like you to tell me the broad strokes, just so I can make sure we're on the same page.
I'm like turning the pages to write more stuff.
No, it's okay. So Ellie has mostly finished with Phase 1. And I'm dutifully performing Phase 2, no problem. I'm the mayor of this and many other towns.
Yes.
After I get Quentin, maybe I believe Eldham is in the same province. Once I've kind of brought them all under tow and handed them off to Isabella. I mean, I don't really know much more about what happens with Phase 3 other than I'm supposed to hand the towns politically over to the TAC. It's as much as I was ever explained. I do a good job. Look at all the towns I've got, right on schedule.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
no complaints from Isabella.
Well, see, now the thing is, if I'm going to be honest with you, Garvin, Kerr is not as concerned with Isabella as he is with you, so I'm not familiar with all of Isabella's responsibilities. Now tell me, is she in charge of the TAC?
No.
Just
I kind of like look at Garvin and I say, I think your mic's cutting out, by the way.
No,
I think he's stuttering.
What?
Okay.
I'm a little bit.
I believe Kerr's the reason why we Garvin, we've been sent here to help oversee and make sure everything's going according to plan. Because as Kerr said, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And unfortunately, everyone who you're supposed to be kind of in charge of, everyone's supposed to report to you, is failing miserably.
Yes.
I have it I'm missing 3 weeks from Hutch. The Frankensteins are still way behind and have completely failed. What happened with the abominations from Hutch? Was there a report on that? Because we never got it.
I've got actually a question, if you wouldn't mind.
Doesn't really seem to be your place to ask, but go ahead.
I was wondering what exactly you're doing here. What's the purpose? And you feel a little bit compelled to be a little bit more truthful than you would like.
During their bit after Jake picked up on it, because he's a little socially dense, but then he sort of got it. I was going to sort of start mimicking Slump's I belong here motions and going through looking at all the papers on the desks on this side of the room.
Yeah.
All right. To see if there's anything I could. I'm not going to take anything, but okay. just to read. So if there's any additional information I could use in this situation.
Yeah. Smart.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna fudge things around a little bit because I think it makes the most sense in this situation. So you see
Slump and Goldrick on a roll. I didn't want to interrupt.
No, absolutely. I mean, honestly, mostly what's in here is typical bureaucratic stuff. There is nothing especially interesting or sensitive in any sort of a Weaver fashion in here. It's city records, it's checks and balances, it's audit logs, it's imports and exports. Everything in here is super above board.
Okay,
Sorry. Oh shit! I'm gonna cut you off because I feel like I got the winning advantage here.
Do it.
I'm gonna after you ask me that, I say with absolute conviction, Mr. Garvin, I am here to find out your plan to make sure it comes to fruition.
All right. And he looks very, very intensely at you. And you don't feel the fog brain. It feels more like static electricity on your brain. It feels like pinpricks across your brain. And
when he's doing this, it's very clear he's trying to do something a little bit funky. I want to do nothing but picture what my mission is, which is you know what it is.
Exactly. And he looks a little bit confused, but he's like, I see. Well, I don't quite understand. I'm a little bit going to be honest with you because let me be honest. And he kind of takes a step back.
Yes.
I feel like I've got the upper hand here, and I don't honestly believe you're much of a threat if you're not who you say you are, but I don't believe you actually know who Kerr is. I don't believe that you're working directly for Kerr. Are you?
Of course not. You think I'm at the pay grade where I consult directly with Kerr? Are you insane?
I don't know. I just thought that, listen.
I have no idea what Kerr even looks like.
No, this is not my first time. Not my first time. If you're looking to move up through the ranks, I'm not really your man. I'm kind of good at what I do. I'm pretty happy staying at the level of phase 2. I've got no interest in phase 3 or trying to, take phase 4 away. I mean, who really wants that? But I mean, if you do, I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm not interested in the scheming like Demasol is. But I do feel like it might behoove you to be honest, or at the very least, maybe not tell me exactly what your plans are, because I generally report quite honestly, and I'm willing to overlook what's happening here because, I mean, let's face it, if you succeed, then then we grow stronger, so.
Well, let me word it like this. It's not that I am trying to climb the ladder by stepping on anybody else. I'm simply trying to climb the ladder by making sure that we don't fail at our job.
I completely respect that, and in fact, I've looked the other way multiple times, and I think it's for the better. I think Sog got her position through unsavory means, but I do believe we're better off with her where she is. So I'm not going to stand in your way, but I do think maybe purporting to work for Kerr is a little bit, as you move, if you give that line to Hutch or Demisol or Ellie or just a second, Rhonda, they'll buy it, no problem. They're terrified. They don't even know what phase 2 is. But if you're going to go around to people like me and other phase 2, or God forbid you talk to Isabella without a bit more of a backstory about Kerr, I think you're going to have a bit of an issue. So I don't care if you succeed. Be my guest. I think it makes us better for it, but I think maybe leaning on Kerr is not quite the way to go.
Ah, yes. Okay. Well, maybe we're at a bit of a misunderstanding about that, but that's okay. Now, what I do need to know, and I can't explain to you the reasons why, because I can tell you that we consult directly with somebody who consults directly with Kerr. And were either of them to find out, they would not be impressed, but how would I go about contacting Isabella?
Oh, Isabella, that would be well, I've only ever talked with her in person, but I suppose if you had a contact in the TAC, it might do it. They've done the Hackjack blackout again, so you won't be able to do that. You'll need some sort of a radio or device like that. I think, where are they headed to next? I think they're headed to Eldham next. Maybe Keithton, I'm not sure.
That's the TAC is headed there.
Isabella and her little team.
Yes.
I believe they're checking up on those areas themselves personally.
I see. And now, as you can tell, my compatriots and I, something far away from where we usually accustomed to. As such, not familiar with the entire chain of command here. If we were looking to speak to someone with their finger on the pulse of the TAC goings-ons, who might that be?
Oh, I suppose that might be me.
Well, if you're the one who knows the TAC's goings-ons, then how do you not know how to contact Isabella?
Oh, no, I just meet her.
I start writing that down.
No, I just meet her. I meet her every now and then.
Well, how do you know when and where and why and how and at what location and at what time? Is it all just up to the whim? Do you just answer at the beck and call of Isabella?
Yes.
There's no rhyme or reason?
No, whatever she says, I do. She's absolutely terrifying. I've seen people take over phase 3 positions, but I don't think I could ever do that myself.
She's terrifying, is she?
I want Slump to rip his extra arms out of his sides and starts ponderously scratching his chin with one of his fucking fourth arms.
Okay, yeah, see, that's like Sog. That's also equally well, not equally, very differently, but equally terrifying. If you're going for phase 3, I think you'd be a hot fit.
Now, how would I contact you, Garvin, if I had any further question?
Well, right now, you pretty much just have to come here. We have a bit of a blackout with communications. When the tech brings up the Hackjack network, you could just contact me there, no problem. I'm the mayor of over a dozen towns, so my number's pretty easy to find.
Excellent. Okay, allow me a moment, if you will, to consult with my retainers.
Yes, of course. The less I know, the better, honestly. If you're planning to usurp someone in phase 3, or, I mean, God forbid, even higher, although that seems a little bit of a stretch, the less I know, the better. I'll just act in good faith with members of our little circle here.
And as...
sorry. I was gonna
go
walk
ahead.
up to you, and I was just gonna say, like, all right, sir, kind of like just loud enough so Garvin can hear me, but quiet enough to where it seems like I'm trying to whisper. Sir, very good letting downplaying how close we are to Kerr. I think that put him at ease to actually answer a couple of questions whenever they hear that. Good for you. There are definitely a few inconsistencies in his story. We're going to report.
Well, that's all right. Best not to concern him with it now. Follow me.
Yes.
So basically, I want to go to...
You want to go to what?
This corner of the room, so out of earshot of him.
Yeah, and he's very obviously turning away and not listening. Gak is fucking razor eyes on you guys.
And that's what I was gonna say. So as I'm walking over to this corner, I want to look straight at Gak, straight in the eyes, like fucking Tormund looks at Brienne, and go,
love the hair.
There's like kind of narrows her eyes as she's looking at you, and then ever so slightly, almost imperceptibly, a tiny little hair flip.
Okay, I want to meet with the whole group over in this little corner.
Yep.
As soon as we're in this corner and like Slump's back is to them, you just see this fucking deluge of sweat pour down. you can tell his fucking lips start trembling uncontrollably, and with the slightest raise of his shoulders and his hands, you can see in his eyes they're welling up with tears immediately to the point where he almost can't see, and he just kind of goes.
Slump doesn't know what to do next. Slump has no idea.
I 100% pictured you to like do the oh god, what was the? It's a Will Ferrell movie where he goes onto the debate team and he like suddenly gives the perfect answer and afterwards he just like blacks out. He's like, "What happened? I don't know what just happened."
That's basically what it is. But you can see that it is like pure terror and abject confusion. He has used every iota of his mental acuity to do what he did, and now it's like he is starting to fall apart at the seams.
Slump doesn't know what to do.
I put my hand on his shoulder. You did good. You did good. You did so.
What now? How do we leave?
Now, I want you to think about all the staplers you're gonna get to eat from that.
And the Kirby's favorite staplers, right?
We're gonna eat all those. Okay, now I need you to get your composure. Okay. So we can walk out of here. Okay.
And what does Slump say? Well, how do we leave? What does Slump say for us to go?
You don't need to say a single word. Just stand tall, stand strong, cross your arms like you're angry. All 4 of them.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And everyone go ahead and just follow my lead because that crazy bitch is staring at us.
All right.
Yeah, got it, man.
All right. I have my piece. I have my like note, my legal pad. Apparently I just have out of nowhere. And I have my pencil. I turn around at Garvin. I was like, I just turn around and say, all right, everything here seems to be in order enough. We'll be in touch.
Yes, of course. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to stop by. But
oh, you cut out there. Please what?
Please don't hesitate to stop by. As long as we keep everything.
No, you cut out again.
As long as we what? As long as we what?
As long as we appear to keep everything above board, I'm happy to answer any and every question that you have. Just good. Please make sure that it at least appears legitimate.
Yes.
As we're walking out of the room, this is something that a very niche few people will understand, but Techsmith will definitely understand. You know the part where the dumpy little British dude in Appaloosa is talking to
Everett about Virgil Cole and says, hey, can't you just go into the bar and bash somebody up? And he says, you hired Virgil Cole to be Virgil Cole. And he goes, I'm not sure that I understand. And he says, you know what? I'm not sure you do either. The look that he gives him before he walks away.
Yeah.
Slump is going to give Garvin that look as they're walking out of the room.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll follow him, and I'll just kind of, as I'm walking away, right before I like exit the door, I want to turn back towards Garvin and be like, Garvin, one more question.
Yes, of course.
How long until your next step is ready? Like I kind of like say step, like I'm insinuating that I know what the next step is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how long until your next step is ready?
See, I actually have a hard answer for that. Oh, that was I don't have the note here. It is it should be ready in about it should be ready in exactly 7 days.
7 days. Okay. That's you actually are. I want to give him like leave with a compliment. Wow, you actually are on schedule. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, of course.
Good. Wonderful. Okay, great. That's something positive to put in the report. Good. All right. Bye, Garvin.
Goodbye.
I love you.
Yes.
I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love
you. Get closer. I love you.
Yes, I love her.
I angel wings right next to him. I love you.
Yes, I love you. That's very nice. Now, please.
Wonderful.
As Slump is leaving with all of his arms crossed, I want him to basically grab the threshold of the door with all 4 of his arms, like a fucking X through a box, and turn around and with his gigantic fucking hubcap-sized face, stare doughy-eyed straight at Gak, and then a small smile just spreads across his face before he turns back around and walks out.
Yeah, absolutely, just unfaltering stare back.
Fucking awesome.
Awesome, guys. That brings us to 10 o'clock.
Nice.
Oh boy, guys.
Oh, the big gamble from Slump. The big gamble from Slump.
Good job.
I may have gotten us in trouble.
Holy shit.
Oh man, I was panicking. I was like, holy fuck. Are you guys gonna die here? Like, I set this place up to be so super dangerous. And it almost, like, that was fucking smart though. Like, everyone played it smart to rescue it. That was really fucking good.
Everyone to rescue it.
Well,
not
I don't know.
People that
my initial plan was, that's why I was like, yo, fuck it, I'm just gonna kill her. I was gonna kill her, and I was gonna angel wings he and I out of there, so when they bust down the door, it's no one in there, but she's murdered. So,
oh my god.
So they don't know that it's just like, oh, we're not together.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, that was
Lou, we're best friends now because I need to be able to see who's a weaver and who's not because I'm too trusting. My weakness is my humanity.
Oh,
scary world to be in is what it is.
Man, the Kerr gamble.
Oh,
it
man.
came out so strong, but because you guys didn't know some details about Kerr. Oh,
yeah, it was a big one, man.
Garvin started to get suspicious.
Yep, exactly. As soon as that happened, I was like, I gotta dial it back. I gotta dial it back.
Yeah. No, that was fucking good though. That was I've been wondering so hard about how you guys would approach this. I am super fucking digging this whole thing.
I won't lie. I was like, man, what the fuck? Like, I was literally thinking, what the fuck can we possibly use for an excuse of why we're here?
Yes.
Why there was a misunderstanding?
Yep.
Why we didn't know the customs? And I was like, I'm gonna take a fucking shot in the dark, and it's either gonna work or we're all literally dead.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, that was basically what the gamble was. Yeah. No, that was really, I forgot that you guys knew Kerr, like that you had heard that. Because that is I build these guys kind of with I don't build it lock and key style. Like you don't have a jigsaw puzzle that you're putting pieces together to do it the right way. I have just kind of built this living world with people acting in it. And I had built this before I had planned to give you guys Kerr's name.
Yeah, absolutely.
And holy fuck, you guys got some serious information out of there. Holy fuck.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, absolutely. But holy fuck was that. That was... You had me sweating, guys. Jeez.
Oh, me too.
Jake, I thought you were onto her. I thought you were like trying to pry the information out of her. It's like, you've let on too much with the bugs.
Well, I
put that together immediately. And I was just
I don't want to insert too much player knowledge, though.
Totally.
Like,
No, totally.
Jake has known, like, one good weaver ever.
Yeah.
And then, like, as far as he knows, there's, like, 2 bad ones, and that's it.
Yep.
So I didn't think that just random people in here that Jake would be like, oh, they're all wizards.
Totally. No, I thought that was super interesting and so true to the character to be like, hey, this is a source of information. Like, this could help us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and making her look nerdy, I think, was sort of like Jake's like, one of my people. I'm gonna take notes and ask her questions. And
Oh man, that was so good though.
Fuck yeah.
You guys got a hit list going now.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, that was fucking great. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, good session, guys. See you next Friday. Where holy fuck, we have just dove in with both fucking feet first.
Yeah, really.
So like, we reestablish the law now. Like, what do we do?
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
All right. See you guys next week.
Yeah, I will see you guys
Chad,
next week.
I love you, Chad. Fuck you. I love you. Ree.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
I've only had one beer.
Good session. See ya.
Yeah.